saying.
I'm going to stop talking then.
Rolling the intro.
We never talk during our intro.
Wave is going to ask where I am in about 2 minutes because I'm about to walk away.
Is Alan here?
Hey, Rosie, your main goal today is to make sure to get the word phrasing in when it matters.
Okay.
Yes. You got to fill in for me today.
Okay, I can do that.
And you need sunglasses.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you have magical sunglasses that can just kind of like land on your eyes when you say something cool?
Do I? They're in the car.
It's all right. Yeah, I threw that meme into the end of that clip this week. Ryan. I couldn't help it. Is Alan here?
Everyone in the chat saying that we're doing good by being 5 minutes late, but I am almost positive like 2 weeks ago we were 3 minutes early.
That was upsetting, though. That was confusing.
I know. All of a sudden, Alan's like, and we're live. It's like,
But I feel like we need some credit for this, man. Like, come on, guys out there. Like tell us how awesome we were for being early that one time if you're going to shit on us for being late.
we really need to add some ambient music to this stream screen.
Da 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 da.
Da 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 da.
It's the motherfucking GG.
GG.
You know, the problem is I think Ryan usually does most of the talking over this. You know what the real problem is? We're not supposed to talk over this part at all, but people have gotten used to it. So now it's expected.
Yeah, now we're like, we got to say something.
What is Alan doing? Is that
He's getting coffee.
Yeah, he
Oh.
definitely finished his first 3 jugs of coffee already and is now working on making number 4, 5, and 6.
I am. How'd you know? How'd you know? Hey, I'm on time. You guys are all late. I'm on here 40 minutes early.
It's a good point.
That's true. This man gets on Zoom at like 5:30 in the morning and just waits for us to get there.
After making a 4-page note.
Oh, wait, here comes the music.
Oh, cool. Yes. Great. Yeah, hopefully they can. Hey guys, welcome to the Guys podcast. We're talking about Japanese music and all, and aside of our bullshit. We upgraded Ryan this week. We got a little level up. So welcome Rosie to the podcast. She's gonna be joining us with rating some Lovebites auditions and joining in on the news talk. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
you. I'm excited.
My name is Alan. Don't say your name. That's cool.
Hi, Alan.
That's cool.
How you doing,
Alan.
bud?
We got Champ. That was Champ talking
that
to
was
people
Champ.
listening
I'm
in their
Champ.
car.
Yeah. I'm
Wave.
Wave.
And I'm Ryan.
Damn, Ryan. I thought it kind of went in reverse, man. Your voice is going from deep to high. You guys can follow us on Spotify because we have our podcast over there on Apple Music, all that stuff. And if you're listening from those platforms, we're also on YouTube. We have visuals to all these things if you guys want to watch it there. And that's all I got to say. We got a Patreon if you want to support us further. Champ, go ahead and tell them what they get on our Patreon if they do want to support us further.
Hey, over on our Patreon at patreon.com/guys and guys, we offer many things, including our access to exclusive Discord. We do have, just so you guys know, because I've gotten some comments about this, our Discord is free. Everybody can go to our Discord. It's just that there's a section of our Discord, an exclusive section where you get to talk directly to us, where we post our plans for the week sometimes, what we're going to talk about, and you guys could talk to us about it if you want to add anything onto that. We also have extended versions of our podcast that we do every single week. We talk for another like 20 or 40 minutes usually after the podcast ends about all kinds of stuff, but mostly more music. As well as once per week, we will all drop reaction videos, or as close to once per week as we can get to it. We'll post a poll every week where you guys get to vote on it, and whatever wins is the reaction that we're going to do. This week was Glim Spanky, so check it out.
And then we have exciting news for next week because we will have YouTube memberships. So if you guys can't access Patreon, the extra content will also be available over here. Just Patreon will have a little bit extra stuff for the polls and everything, but we will have the membership set up on YouTube also for the people that can't get the Patreon. So first things first, BAND-MAID dropped a bomb on us, and they're like, hey, we're releasing an EP in July.
Hell yes.
Yeah, baby.
So Wave, go ahead. Tell everyone about that.
Well, in case you missed it, Tuesday, May 10th was Maid's Day, Day of Maid, however you want to say it. They, along with that EP, they released some new merch. The Day of Maid Psyche designed t-shirt came out. That's the one I'm getting. So I'm pretty excited about that. Also, due to popular demand, they are extending the time that the drawing and the merch and everything is up. So now the archive will be available on YouTube until May 22nd, which is next Sunday.
Don't spell it wrong, guys. The Day of Maid. Not the Day of the Maid. The Day of Maid.
For the
Day of
code.
Maid.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Day
If you
of
want-
Maid. For that contest
yes.
thing.
Yeah, no thes. No articles
the.
being used in this.
I heard a lot of people write it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Wave. Go ahead.
No worries. So for context for people in the U.S., that's 9:59 a.m. Central Standard Time next Sunday. So literally the minute before we go live next week is the cutoff. So go get your name in the drawing to get the stuff that they presented on the video. Also, another big exciting bit of news, on BAND-MAID Prime, their video subscription service, they just started distributing individually focused videos from the BAND-MAID Online Acoustic. Mm-hmm. So this, literally today, they just posted Konami focused video from Smile.
Mm-hmm.
So never been a better time to go join BAND-MAID Prime, support the maids, and get some awesome videos over there.
USD
there's a bunch of
is
stuff
about
over there.
$6, right? Is roughly what it comes out to.
Yeah.
I think
5 to 6.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than
And I don't
that,
expect that to be the last one either from the acoustic that they post on there. I think they're probably going to keep doing that for the Prime members.
Yeah. That's pretty exciting. So yeah, I think, did I miss anything here?
Yeah, I want to add some stuff. You didn't miss anything. So just speaking of that, I thought they were expended, but I just want to also extend my condolences to Yoshiki from X Japan. His mother passed away. Ryan mentioned to us too before we went live about it, and this is I thought this was cool, like picture of them, his mom and him. Very cute.
Aww.
That's
I mean, the week after Mother's Day. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even realize that, champ.
Now Alan's gonna
I
cry.
feel even worse.
Hopefully he got to celebrate with her one last time before it happened. That's
true.
you know, whenever
Yeah.
something like this happens, that's my first thought. Like, you hope that they weren't, you know, there wasn't just like it just happened randomly and he hadn't seen him forever. And which is that, you know what I mean? Like, if you lose somebody, that's the first thing on my mind. So hopefully they spent a good weekend together last week or whatever, you know.
Yeah, did she pass away from older age, or was there like a traumatic?
I think it was
event?
older age. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't see any. I couldn't find any details. Do you guys have any details on it? Ryan had brought it up this morning, and I added it in at the end. So
No, that was that tweet was all I saw about it also.
I'm sure it's private to the family. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, RIP to Yoshiki's mom.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to Sean Braxton from the chat for the super chat. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the support.
Hey,
Yeah, thank
Sean,
you.
thank you, buddy.
And so we'll just go into our weeks. Wave, how's your week go, man?
me? How did my week go?
Yeah.
I did a lot of stuff this week, and I can't remember
This is
lot
my
of
issue
stuff.
every week, my friend.
I finally watched Hagane during my live stream, which was really sweet.
C. Davis. Does C. Davis give you Hagane finally?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. I know. Him and I were talking about it during his guitar lesson. I was like,
Uncle D.
when Uncle D, wow. What a name. I'm going to, for his lesson, I'm going to say that. I'm like, what up, Uncle D?
That's what he was in my chat. I was so confused.
He does guitar lessons with me. He does, he's doing good.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
doing good. Yeah. So we were talking about you. We're like, I was like, when are you going to get Wave Hagane? And he's like, I don't know. Like, you need
I had no idea you were doing guitar lessons with him. He was telling me about taking guitar lessons in my DMs on Twitter. I had no idea that you were the instructor there.
Yeah. Yep.
Small
You
world, man.
should
Small world.
Tell them about the treats you got on your live stream without me.
Oh,
Oh,
treats?
this sounds like she's a little mad
Oh,
about that.
Rainbow Conquistador.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch
Rosie's
Rainbow
upset.
Conquistador?
No, I've never even heard of that. What is that?
It's,
Porn.
Oh,
Porn. Wait,
That's-
what?
no, it's a
Porn?
It's
Did you
a
just say porn?
Japanese music
she said porn. Definitely. I feel like she's doing a really good job of replacing Ryan right now.
Yeah.
Tell them what you saw.
Yeah.
I
Tell
was
us
gonna
about your
talk
porn
about my
viewing.
BAND-MAID video this week, but okay, fine.
I'm curious about the porn now.
Very enjoyable to watch. BAND-MAID, or no, not band. Japanese
You
idol
wish.
music.
He's got
Anyway.
porn in the brain. He can't
Not another
focus
live
anymore.
stream. Last night's live stream was a total mess, and now it's going downhill again. Anyway,
He just got a little flustered.
then
'cause he
another
saw
thing,
boobs.
I did a BAND-MAID deep dive. I got this special software to pull stems apart in music, so I started with a BAND-MAID song, "Screaming." The software really couldn't handle Konami's guitar because she has such like thick tone with her octave effects and everything.
Or because it's so hidden in the mix.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, yeah, that's another part of it.
Hey, wait, for anybody that's not as smart as you, can you tell us what a stem is?
Oh, it's basically the isolated track, like the original track from the song of just one instrument at a time.
And the
Gotcha.
stem is normally mixed down too. It's not the raw audio. It's normally the master track of that one guitar. So like if you normally when you record the guitar, it's multiple tracks of the same line of guitar. And the stem is all of those tracks into one with all the effects and everything normally.
Very interesting. Cool.
Because there's isolated tracks and then there's stems. Isolated track would just be like the raw audio on one channel, like the raw tone and
Oh.
sound.
Yes, and Hysteric Panic. There was a similar vibe to that that video.
Which one was your favorite?
It actually gave me Maximum Hormone vibes, but
Which one?
she did this to me yesterday too. She made me pick between Konami and Hannah from Gotcha Explain.
Ah, smart
anyway.
woman.
Let me
I
think
would've done
about
the
it.
same.
Okay, what did you do this week, champ?
No, wait, you're not done. Tell us about the BAND-MAID video.
Oh yeah, duh. Pulled it
He's getting
apart.
flustered.
I feel like having Rosie by Wave's side is definitely making Wave a little jittery.
Yeah. Anyway, it was really cool to see the stems.
Stop it,
'cause
Ryan.
This particular software, like, it doesn't just show like the waveforms, but it shows a piano roll. So what I thought was really cool was seeing Misa's bass on a piano roll and just seeing how much movement she adds to her bass lines, because she like always comes back to the root, but then like the phrases she plays, the different harmonies and stuff. And scales she plays is really
she's so-
fascinating to see visually.
She finds all those notes inside that box, you know?
Yeah, and it's different. Like
She's
every
always
time
working
around.
within that box. Very cool.
But yeah,
So what did porn
pretty
have
much
to
it.
do with all this?
oh, that's like the Rainbow Conquistador video.
Was you
And,
wait?
and
What?
Hysteric Panic.
You watched
They're
porn on
just videos
stream?
that came up on my live stream.
He got a couple of requests for some pretty racy music videos, and it was like the one live stream that I had to work, so he was doing it on his own. And it was like really funny because I checked in on him, but I didn't tell him I was online. So he was like, "Man, I wish Rosie was here. He was watching them. And like, I don't know what to say, guys. I wish
Yeah,
Rosie
what does that mean? What do you mean?
Cookie
what does that
Monster
mean,
admitted
Wave?
he requested them just to make me squirm.
And it was hilarious because I wasn't saying anything because I thought it was funnier that way.
You took the right approach, Rosie.
Sorry, I had to get to the bottom of that, you know?
All right, can I be done now?
Yeah, we can't just say porn and let it go. All right,
I know, like, come
There's
on.
stories to this. There's layers.
We need to know more. So,
All right,
overall,
you can be done then, Wave.
You had a good week, Wave. Wave, your week
If you
was
want to
good.
know more, go check
Yeah.
out the video.
Oh man, hey, I feel you. We watched a really crazy video. I picked a random video on our live stream, and instant regrets. But anyways, I'll talk about that afterwards. Go, champ. You first.
I didn't watch any crazy porn this week, unfortunately, but I'll
Why
get into
not?
it this week, guys. Don't
Why
worry.
not? Damn.
That's
our next reaction for this week.
Porn stream?
We're reacting to porn. Patreon exclusive.
How well do you think a porn stream would do? Like, honestly, do you think
Pretty
he might be
well.
able to make some
Before
cash
it gets
off that?
taken off of all streaming services.
Yeah.
No, Patreon will just it's a mature audience. You know, we got 18
perk.
plus. You can do porn streams.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It would be a good Patreon exclusive.
Patreon exclusive, guys.
You know, fuck this. We'll just make our own porn. Guys. We can do this. We don't need to watch other people's.
Oh.
We're creative minds, aren't
There's
we?
one
True.
really important thing I forgot to mention. Alan had me on his live stream, and we watched a Baby Metal concert.
Oh,
That was
shit.
pretty noteworthy.
Really? Which Baby Metal concert?
Met Rock, and he loved it, which I was excited.
What year was that?
2015.
Okay, old school.
It was very exciting to see him do it. It was fun. It's on
I was
Patreon,
really
guys. I wish I
impressed.
could make it available, but you know, Baby Metal, they block it all. So, but,
Yeah. Go over to Alan's Patreon.
but no, go to Guys and Guys
Go to Guys and Guys Patreon.
and hit me up through Guys and Guys, and I'll send you the link.
Yeah, there you go. Wait,
All right, sorry, Rich.
no. I'm more curious now. Not that I want to give away all of your thoughts on the matter, but
But he wants to
in
give away
short-
all your
in-
thoughts.
In short, I would like to know: did your opinion of Baby Metal change or fluctuate at all after watching that concert, in one way or another?
Watch your
I'm
words.
definitely
Just kidding.
more
I'm kidding.
impressed. Like, I mean, I was already a big fan. I just hadn't watched enough of their stuff, but I was very impressed with their composition style.
So you're going up. You're
Yeah.
going up
Oh,
on
for
them.
sure.
Good. Cool.
I feel bad because I kind of ruined it for him a little bit. I feel like he needs to watch it
How?
again without me because I
Oh,
couldn't.
because Alan was singing the entire time.
No.
Aw.
Alan, you know better than that, man.
Not only was I singing vocals, I was singing all the guitar leads. So I'm pretty sure I dropped his his experience a little lower.
You're like the annoying kid who knows all the words of Lion King.
Lion
He
King.
recites in every voice.
No, not if I knew Japanese, I probably would have been. I couldn't help it. I was like, don't do it, and then like halfway through, I'm like, I'm like, God damn it.
I mean, to be fair with Baby Metal, it's probably easier to sing along with the guitar than it is to sing along with the lyrics that we don't speak because we don't know that language.
I tried anyways, champ. I fucking tried.
Oh, God. Remind me never to watch a concert with you, my dude.
I still tried anyways.
Now I want to see.
No
Rich
shame.
watch the Baby Metal concert with you.
I feel like I'd just be punching it. Shut up, man. I'm trying to listen. What is this? I don't want to hear your voice. I want to hear their voice. Although I am intrigued by the idea of Alan doing Moa Metal's voice. You know, like what does that sound like?
You guys should
Just
join me
forgot to watch.
Thursday. You guys down for Thursday? Join me Thursday. Every Thursday we do Twitch reactions to
Cool.
concerts.
Cool. So for me, I checked out a couple things. I checked out the new Nemophila song. I checked out new TXT song, which is a Korean band, but they do rock. But outside of that, not too much has gone on with me this week. I do have a stream coming up on Monday where I'm going to be checking out a bunch of new J-Rock stuff, like the new Hannah single, some old school BAND-MAID, even more Nemophila. I know we all checked out Nemophila this week.
Well,
also,
we're talking
right?
about that in a moment. So
cool.
Yep.
Cool. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my week. Yesterday, I traversed out of state to one of my buddies because they're having a baby, so I wanted to go celebrate with them, and now I'm back.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Rosie, how was your week?
Rosie?
It was pretty great. I don't know. I worked my long week, so I wasn't doing too much music-wise. Although one of my favorite musicians, Paolo Nutini, if anybody knows, is dropping a new album, and it's been since 2014. And he announced a tour in Europe and Spain. Right?
What kind of music is it?
It's like folk. He's so sexy. I just love him.
Is he Italian? Sounds like an Italian name.
He's Scotch Irish.
Oh,
Scotch.
wow. I was very off on that thing.
I don't
He's
know.
from the UK and Europe. That's his tour area.
Well, while we're on you, go ahead and tell everyone about yourself and like what you do with Wave on his channel, like the music that you love, your favorite Japanese band that you've gotten into so far because of the channel.
Okay. Well, I am Wave Potter's manager and wife, and I
She also
do
owns
live
him.
streams. I own him.
I never leave this chair.
You wish.
I hear that
Just saying.
sentiment. I know that one.
I love all music, and I didn't listen to any Japanese music until Wave started doing this thing. I think that Glim Spanky and Chai and Passcode are my favorite Japanese bands.
Hey, gotta love some Passcode. I'm a big Passcode fan.
Wait,
myself.
what was the first one you said?
Glim Spanky.
Oh,
Glim Spanky.
I still haven't
Go to our
listened
Patreon.
I still
To
haven't
check
listened
out
to
some Glim Spanky reactions.
Yeah, we just did them this week.
That was this
yet,
week.
but-
I've
Yeah,
literally
I
only-
didn't do-
Yes.
okay, maybe don't go to our Patreon for a couple days, guys, because I don't know
we
if
have the
anybody
other
actually
ones up.
posted
The
it.
other reactions are up. I'm putting up Glim Spanky today, but literally all I've heard is just a clip from Wave's live stream. So
Oh, really?
yeah. I remember when I was in there, I'm like, oh, this is Glim Spanky. Like it was like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh wow, this is really good. I still haven't checked out a lot of it, but
I also
Yeah, I haven't
love
heard them at all
Peaches by Justin Bieber.
say it again.
Is that Japanese?
What
Well, it
Japanese
could
song
be.
by Justin Bieber do you like?
And that's all I got.
Wait,
All
no,
right, Alan, what about
wait.
you?
I want to know which Justin Bieber song. I missed that part.
It was
Oh,
Peaches.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know that
Is that
song.
If
the
but
new
I
alright.
song?
die, that's the
Did-
song I want played at my funeral.
At your funeral.
Okay.
Peaches.
But let's hope that we don't have to do that anytime soon.
Wow.
Is,
Wow.
is this a new Justin Bieber track, or is this been
No, it's
around
a
for
couple
minute?
years old.
Last 2 years.
It's just terribly produced, a song that everybody in this chat and group would hate.
Ooh,
That's why I like to bring it
You
up.
mean overproduced?
I'm really
Yeah.
now. I want to hear it.
Well, yeah, I know. Now
I
I'm
just
like
love it.
curious. But man, Ryan, you definitely
nice
developed
groove.
taste over the week. I mean, I knew you were a hardcore Nickelback fan, but now Justin Bieber fan. Wow. So Ryan definitely
Yo.
has some range.
Yo, speaking of that, I saw a poll on Twitter, on my personal Twitter this morning, that was who do you like better, Nickelback or Creed? And that to me is a
Creed.
question that I can't answer because I think they're both terrible. But I
No, Creed.
the
Creed,
amount
100%.
of people that I
We
the amount of
we
people
gotta
that I saw
remember, there's an
actually
album.
fighting about it.
There's an album called My Own Prison, and that's actually a pretty decent album by Creed. I gotta.
All right,
give
listen.
them
I'm
that
gonna
credit.
I'm gonna give them credit for the song
Give 'em
"What
that
If."
credit.
All right, the song "What If" is a banger.
That's a
But-
badass song too. Yeah.
Yeah, that song is a banger. But I was just shocked at how many people there were. People that were no, Nickelback is so much better than Creed. No, Creed is so much better than Nickelback. I didn't know that was an argument. Like, did you guys know that there was like this ongoing battle between Creed and Nickelback?
No,
fans?
because Creed definitely
No.
is better. So I don't know.
I'm not going to disagree. I mean, literally, there are like one or two songs of Creed that I can listen to, and no Nickelback songs I can listen to. So
Aw, there's There's a couple.
give me one, Rosie. What's
Rosie
the number
said
one?
Nickelback themed guitar
I
picks.
was just gonna say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Taking my stories. When I was 13, I bought a full 8-pack of guitar picks with a Nickelback on them. Like, it was amazing, and everybody made fun of me, though. I thought it was gonna be cool, and I whipped them out, and then it was the butt of a joke for years to come.
Middle school was
actually
rough for
really
Rosie.
I think it was rough for all of us, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say that is a cool thing to have. Like, I would like to have, even though it's Nickelback, but I've never heard anybody talk about the guitarists from Nickelback before. So I bet people were just like, who? They're like, what? What do they do?
I got an idea.
They have guitars in Nickelback? What?
Somebody mentioned we should do Justin Bieber on the poll. I was like, on this next poll, we should put Justin Bieber, Creed, and Nickelback, and another band. And then everybody's got to vote on the song we react to.
Oh my God. That would actually be hilarious.
That would be really funny. I kind of
You
want to do
down?
that now.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Hey, any patrons in the chat right now? Sorry, guys. Early apology for what reaction you're gonna get this week.
Shout out to Ryan Meir.
Yeah, I mean, we got to put Ryan's favorite band. So we're pretty much going to vote between Ryan's favorite bands and which one we're going to do.
He's just fuck you guys.
Ryan's last
Aw.
message.
He is sad.
Oh, that's excitement. That's excitement from him. When he says "fuck you guys," it actually means like "fuck yeah, I'm ready."
That's how he shows love.
That's how
Yeah,
he shows
so Ryan,
love.
you're fired.
Yeah, it's more of a fuck ... you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what's happening there.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's enough of the Nickelback Creed.
Okay, so all right, we're talking about our weeks, right? That's what we're doing. All right.
I think we're what did you do, man? We all talked. I don't know if you did.
No, I didn't. Not yet. But so what I did was I did the stream, the Baby Metal stream with Wave. Thank you so much, shout to Wave, for doing that last minute. It was a fucking blast. It was really fun watching him react to that and seeing him fall in love with the band. Hopefully a little bit more, which I think he said he did. But
Yeah, thank you.
it was really fun. And I tried out the new my new schedule this week with doing the reactions live on YouTube. It was a fucking disaster, which is hilarious because we do this stream every week and we never have an issue on YouTube. And my audio went out, it fucking doubled up, but it was still fun. We had a blast. A lot of crazy shit happened, some random videos. Now I know what Wave's talking about when you let people just shoot any reaction at you. Some interesting songs come about for sure. I chose a song, and that was not a good idea. If you want to see men licking guitars in dresses, check that video out.
Wait, is that your video?
Yeah, it was during our live stream. Let me find this. I'm gonna pull up this picture. There's a picture that really represents our feelings about the reaction. We stopped it. We're just like, I can't. Just gonna keep a serious face during the whole entire thing. As you were
ridiculous. Explaining this, I thought you were talking about a Dyko Deck video, and I was like, wait. So you dressed up in the dresses and lick the guitars, and you can't even watch yourself? Like, how bad could it have been?
You're right. Here, I'm gonna sum it up for you guys. So this is what it was like. All right, this is how we were during this. So there's the guy that was licking the guitar, and this is pretty much our faces during that reaction. So.
Oh yeah. That you look
yeah,
like you want to watch some porn.
Like we want to watch some porn. That's
Disturbed.
The Frank is the best.
Funny.
Frank, those of you listening, pretty much we're just looking like we just entered hell.
He's like, how can I get out of this?
Extreme disappointment is the face that I'm seeing right now.
I also checked out the Dreamcatcher song. Shout out to Champ.
Yeah.
It was really good, man. I enjoyed it. Frank was not having it. Frank was not having it.
What did he not like about it? The lack of guitars?
Well, as you can see in that picture, he has he's a big death metal fan. Like he loves brutal shit. So we were like talking about it. So like you gotta appreciate him for sitting through it and like really taking it in. Like, but you can tell
give it a shot. Everybody
you can appreciate it. So we were making jokes about him rolling up, blasting Dreamcatcher and death metal shirts and stuff like that. It would be hilarious. But it was
bro,
a
this
fun
is what I
reaction.
do. This is my life. Like this is I walk around in my Metallica shirt blasting Blackpink and BTS, you know, as loud as I can so that everybody can hear it and see me wearing my metal shirt.
Fuck
Damn
yeah.
fucking right, all right? Love it all.
That's the way you do it, man. That's the way you do it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into this quick news segment. And so this was pretty cool. We have Bratz doing a new music video. They've been working on it. They shot the music video of a new song, and they're talking about how it takes a month to edit. I feel you, girls. I'm impressed that you guys are doing it in a month because it takes me fucking 4 months to edit a music video. So, that being said, though, it's pretty eye-opening because they said it takes them a month. They have a way bigger team. We're doing it with one person, right? So I was like, damn, even when you have more people, sometimes it can get a little crowded, right? When it comes to editing, because editing does take a lot of time on music videos. Because like for mine, we have a storyboarding. We talk about what we're going to do for the artwork. There's a lot that goes with it depending on how intense the video is. Like Maximum Hormone took a long time because it was storyboarding. We had to work out the details and what we're going to do and then the audio. So there's definitely a lot. It can definitely take a long time. So I don't know why they're worried. Maybe they're just giving fans an update. But everyone knows music videos take a healthy amount. But I thought these pictures are interesting. Look at this. This is like crazy detail what they're doing. I was like, look at all these monitors and everything. So for those of you listening, they have a bunch of lights beaming in the room. And it's a really cool setup. It's like almost like a blue light, it looks like. And they have a bunch of monitors for those of you that are listening. A bunch of monitors they're like kind of just seeing how everything's being filmed. So it looked fascinating because I've never seen a music video filmed at a professional level like this. Like seeing the behind the scenes was really cool to see from their
rented
profile.
a studio.
It looks like a studio.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine they own their own.
Yeah.
So, and then they shot this music video on the 10th, and here's a little clip from it. Don't worry, the volume is set up. Watch it not work, because it never does. A little clip from it. Those of you listening, we're just watching a little video of them filming. It has lights everywhere. And that's it. So
Okay.
I thought it'd be
I
more.
was really hoping we were gonna get like 3 seconds of music in there.
pretty much it looks like we're gonna have a seizure during that video.
yeah, it does. For anybody that's just listening to the audio, it was just lights and colors and cameras moving.
Yep. Bratz has 3 albums. There are several different versions of each. If you purchase a CD from outside Japan, we recommend CD Japan. So that's the recommendation from from Bratz, and I think we should listen to him.
All right.
I'm excited because I do like where they've went to. So somebody took this beautiful picture of the singer. I was like, oh, okay. So that's Bratz information.
Beautiful picture of the beautiful singer.
And then we have some cross-faith news. This was a little while back, but this was their audience in Tokyo. Like, man, that audience looks freaking crazy. Look at all those fucking people. God damn. So cross-faith, I am super excited about seeing Aftershock. They're one of the most fun reactions I've ever done on my channel. Just their live music is so cool. It's so good.
Yeah. I still haven't heard them. Can you tell us a little bit about like what kind of music they are? Okay,
it's very nostalgic for me. It's really metalcore-ish, but they have like dance music in the metalcore. Like but it's not as poppy as like Electric Callboy. It's more motivating. Like it just makes you want to like I don't know how to explain. Like you're just like it's
hype
not
music?
like it's hype. Yes. That's what I said in the reaction too. Like it's just nonstop hype, and you're just like you just wanna fucking just let loose and go crazy. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like
that's
super
cool,
motivating.
man.
That's
half the K-pop I listen to, man. I love hype music.
When you watch the album versions though, it loses that touch. But every live video we've done, every concert we've watched, you just feel it from the singer. The singer just kills it. Like he has like something about his charisma that just makes you want to go ape shit. He gets you pumped up. So
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Before you go on to the next thing, I just want to mention that the Bratz video that they're making, apparently it was crowdfunded. So I think that the reason that they're giving the updates with a little bit of concern behind them is just to tell the people like, hey, this is what we're doing. Thank you for your support. Like, wanted to update you guys.
Nice.
We also the Scandal tour. I almost forgot about this. I need to plan my way out there. I don't know if you guys are going to it. They are coming to the U.S. They're starting off in Japan, North America, and then Europe. Europe, there's only 3 dates for Scandal. I do want to see them because I have a feeling I'll like them more after I see them live. They have a July date I'm going to try to shoot for. I don't know if you guys are going, but let me know if you guys are going.
In Chicago. We were just talking about that last night. Like, weren't we talking about all Gaijin guys meeting up at a Scandal show?
Yeah, but we kind of
were, but then BAND-MAID added like a million new dates, and we were like, I guess we're gonna see each other anyway.
Yeah.
How many times do we really need to see each other, right?
Hey, Wave, if you're going to that Chicago one, I'll go to Chicago. If there is one on there. What is it? We got
What day is it?
New York City, Boston, Atlanta, Chicago. There's one in Dallas too, I think, on here.
But so anybody know the prices of these the prices of the Scandal tickets?
It was $22 here when I got my ticket, because I already got my ticket. Oh goddamn, I need to make sure it's the right city. I could just it's on Ticketmaster, so it's easy to get rid of it.
Make sure it's the right city.
Yeah. I was like, oh fuck, I bought it for New York. All right.
No, I can get the Chicago one. It's
I'll take that shit if you did by mistake, my dude.
So Scandal tour. I think the Scandal tour has been kind of overlooked because of all the other amazing tours that are happening. But I think Scandal is definitely worth going seeing. They have some really good music also, and I have a feeling they won't disappoint live. And
no, they don't. I've seen some live concerts from them, and they're actually really, especially now. I've seen some from when they first started, and they were like the typical sort of like, the beginning of a band, very raw, but it was really fun to watch them in that setting. But nowadays they have so much more production, so much more money behind them, that their shows are much grander.
So this is one of their shows. We're looking at another picture of a packed stadium. We're just looking at packed tour stadium. So all the Japanese bands that we've been covering on the tour stuff are doing excellent, it appears. So this is where was this at? I think this is in
I'd love to see that.
Sakojo Hall. And then here's their live outside concert. That shot looks amazing. Look at that. This is a Scandal. So
it looks like there's a lot of people there, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, good for them. It makes me so happy every time we hear about how successful the J-Rock bands are doing outside of Japan also. Just warms my heart. Then here's another band. I don't know if you guys know of these bands as much. I've done reactions. They're all really good. They've had some really good stuff. A Crowd of Rebellion, Nocturnal Bloodlust, and Sokonaro. They're all on one bill in Japan. And I thought that was like fucking wild because they're all really good. They're all really good bands. Soko Ninaro is definitely a band I want to see live because I want to see them play that technical shit live. I want to see how close it is to the CD. Right.
But Nocturnal Bloodlust is a really good heavy band. And then you got A Crowd of Rebellion, which I got to listen to more from A Crowd of Rebellion. It's another band that I do really like a lot. I've done plenty of reactions on those. But, of course, their reactions get blocked. God damn it. So... shout out to Adam Young. I do keep forgetting to mention that Silent Siren disbanded, which it was a band that I never really got a chance to check out, but C. Davis, that I know supports a lot of us, has mentioned that band to me quite a bit of times. And so I really listen to their music as much.
Silent Siren, Scandal, and Sokuninaru last night.
Really? What did you think? What did you think of Silent Siren?
They're really cool.
Yeah, I was bummed out that they're breaking up.
Yeah, that's the one.
They're the ones that use the Fenders.
They sang this disco song, and it's so cute every time they say disco.
Yeah, Fujiyama Disco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I love that shit. I love when when the J-rock bands like integrate other elements of like different genres of music into it. That makes me want to hear it even more.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, I will say this, and this is just obviously my own experience, and I could be way off, but most of the J-rock bands I've heard about, like, quote unquote disbanding or whatever, are generally more of like on a hiatus, and they usually come back at some point to at least do something.
Well, they do a
That's what it
different
seems
band,
like,
right? They'll be in another.
Yeah,
band
they'll like go work with other people in like a second band or whatever, and like a few years later come back and make a new album with the original band.
Yeah. Like there was talk about Bish. Bish is disbanding at the end of the year, right?
Yep.
And like there's talk about
man.
maybe that's just to get away from the record label and start under a new name or
That would
work on
make
their solo stuff.
Yeah, because I didn't. They're doing well, right? Like I've just been hearing a lot about them this year specifically, and I hadn't heard of them before, so I figured they were starting to gain some serious traction. So to hear that they're gonna disband, it would be odd, right? So it does feel like there's probably another reason behind it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Where'd
Who
you
was
hear
that
that from,
singer?
Wave? Where'd you hear about that?
On the
In the
stream.
live chat last night, or maybe I'm the one that said that.
No, I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But their singer, who's that? Like the main singer. We watched her solo stuff last night too. Oh, Ina.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, her solo
she's
stuff's
got some
really
really
good.
cool-
Ina the End. Ina the End, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that stuff's good. I like that
Yeah.
better, I think, in my opinion. But from what I've heard so far, I really like.
Yeah,
I like the
I
Ina
did
the
too.
End.
Did you listen to Blood of Romance?
I think I did. I don't remember her name. Here, check it out. But I really liked
Where
it.
she's like walking around on the streets
It's
and there's
really
like
cool.
there's like horror creatures following around.
I don't know. Maybe
So-
I haven't.
So on the contracts, I am curious. I don't know if you guys know anything more than me about this, but technically, I guess Bish is considered
Be right
an
back.
idol group, right? So they have So they have like these different contract in K-pop, at least. There's different contracts that they give to like bands versus the idol groups. So like if you're a new K-pop group, you generally have like this starting contract the same way that what you would for like a football team in America, where you get like a rookie contract. Excuse me. They last 7 years, and then at the end of the 7 years, the management team has to decide if they're going to re-sign them or if they're going to disband the group or whatever they're going to do. Maybe take some of the people and put them in a new group. They're going to start whatever. Unfortunately, when it comes to the idols, it's like 7 years in. You've gained 7 years of your life, and it's harder to get into a new group at that point, at least in South Korea. And I do wonder, because Bish is considered technically an idol group in Japan, and I know that they treat the idol groups pretty strictly, just like they do in Korea. I wonder if they have those kind of starting rookie contracts also or whatever. And when they end, that's automatic. Like it's not even a decision that's being made. It just kind of, the contract runs its course, and then they have to make a decision at the end of the year.
And technically, like none of the actual members own the group name, so
Or
they
the
can't
music.
continue.
Exactly. It would be completely up to the management. Now, that's just if we're looking at it from the South Korean side. I don't know if Japan is the same, but they do a lot of the things in the idol industry in the two places very similarly. So I assume that they probably do have some sort of starter contracts over there also.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So, moving on from that, we have some more baby metal clips, guys. More music clips. They've been dropping like little samples. I'm really waiting for some samples with some vocals. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
But
Funny that Scandal and Baby Metal both have Mirror coming out.
oh yeah, well, Scandal's version's already out.
True. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when did that come out?
Earlier this year.
Yeah, it came out earlier this
I
week.
think I
Yeah,
heard
we
it.
all reacted to it. I think. I hope.
Oh yeah,
Didn't we?
Yeah, I think we actually talked about it on stream. It was like the
literally
first week that we
reacted
did it.
to like 60 songs this week, so it was like a big
You're
soup.
fucking crazy, man. I don't know
Yeah,
how
are
you
you
do that.
ever going to remember any of the bands that you listen to? Like I listened to 3 and the first 2 are gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know how he remembers all
Usually
that
if I
stuff.
see the thumbnail again, then I can remember it, but I don't know.
So, before we talk about the music with Baby Metal, they're doing F Hero was the one that they did Papa Ya with. They're meeting up for a collaboration. Apparently, he went over there and they got a bunch of limited merch and stuff that you can buy that's F Hero related. So I'm guessing there's going to be more collabs on the new album, and from hearing some of the samples of these other songs, I'm kind of like wondering like which songs he's going to jump on. Papa Ya was not my favorite song at all whatsoever, but I'm down to hear something different and see if they'll do something different where it's not as Papa Ya is a live song. I think I have a feeling I'd enjoy that song more live. And I enjoy it when it comes on, but it's definitely not my favorite of the ones
I
of
do
their
not.
collabs.
So is this saying that he's working with them together, or is this behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah,
Like,
there's
like, are they
products
making a
on
new song?
sale called Chet Stratch from May 13th, and then they said that he went over there. So I don't know.
So we don't know if they're actually recording anything, but they are working together in some way, so they might be.
They might be. Yeah, they might be. Who knows? Not sure on that one.
Honestly, dude, Papa Ya had some. Like, I listened to it the other day because I shit all over it last week on the podcast. And it has some good elements to it. I just there's repetition that's a little bit too much for me. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, it's just
saying
too much
that Papa
for me.
Ya thing.
But
too much.
live, I can see it. It's kind of like Metataro too. That's another song. I'm like, oh, that's better live. Like, it's and yeah, it's one of those songs you got to be there, I think, to experience. And
Yeah. There are songs that are built to be live. Like, let's be real. Some songs are not made for recording. They're made specifically to be played live. In all
especially
genres.
if you're a little wasted and you want to sing along to something. Pop, 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 pop. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard.
Easy lyrics for us Gaijins to remember.
Yeah, you're drunk
That's
off
true.
your ass. You're in the mosh pit. You're like, I can do this. You get into it a little bit, So.
Oh, can I just call back real quick because Champ was talking about the idol contracts, and Cookie Monster here said Japanese idols don't work the same as Korean idols. It's year-to-year contract.
Interesting. Like. So the idol groups, I guess every year, probably in January, I assume that they're going to get judged by their management team based on their success and then decide if they're going to be renewed. But that still doesn't seem like, it still seems like it's probably got a lot to do with what the management wants to do more than it does with what the actual members of the group want to do.
And
although I'm sure they could just decide not to be there anymore.
And Wave can have fun editing that clip.
Yeah, we gotta take
that segment. God damn it!
Just get rid of the whole first part.
All right, back to Baby Metal. All right, here's a sample. Here's two more samples that they released, and Light and Darkness.
Hell fucking yeah.
Now, it reminds me of, like, when they do the one at the end of the song. I wonder if at the end of the concerts and stuff. So I wonder if this is like another song like that to have at the end of the concerts or something, another emotional kind of thing. Because Wave hasn't seen that's the next concert I want to show you. Wave is like a concert where you go through the emotions, because the one that I showed you was just like blast to the face. But their concert is normally just a roll of emotions, and they end it with this like really heartfelt, feely song like that. So when I heard this, I'm like, that's probably the song for the next album. I don't know.
Or based on what I heard, like the next 3 seconds could just be like
True.
That's exactly, I was
True.
literally about to say that.
Yeah, but
I think it's a trick. I think the intro is a trick, man. I think they're trying to
No.
lull us in with a false sense of security, and then you're gonna hear a guitar slide.
A false sense of security.
false sense. Or it's the in-between tracks. You know how they always have like the little segue music at the concerts and stuff like
And
that?
that's actually the whole thing.
That's
that,
the whole
that
thing.
15-second clip, like that's the whole song.
And then here's the other one. This is called Transition. Watch it be a literal transition.
right.
That's it.
Yeah, I bet that's an actual transition. Like what you were just saying about the last
Yeah.
one, that probably is.
This one probably is. The other one sounds like it's gonna be a legit song. I don't know. It's awesome hearing news. It's good hearing music, I guess, coming
just
from
give me
over there.
more.
And it's fun to
like,
speculate. Like
I'll take
to
it.
have all this mystery around it.
Yeah, this is my favorite part of doing the podcast every week is when a band drops a little 15-second teaser and we get to talk about it.
So we got a debate going on about this new Nemophila song. I want to see your guys' thoughts on it. It's a very mixed song for me. I'm going to read this article. We're going to talk about how we feel about the song. I know we all did reactions to it, or we did it by the end of it. But I'm going to shut up. Let me just read a news article first. So Nemophila
Editing
shines
Wave thanks you.
on Ray of Light video holds first U.S. show. And I'm going to be trying to go to the Whiskey Go-Go. This is what this article is about. And they're also playing an Aftershock. So I think they might be playing more dates, but I'm not sure yet. So Japan's hot as hell all-girls rock band releases single A Ray of Light on May 11th. The new track kicks off what could be a big year for a heavy metal quintet as they also announced their first U.S. show this July, and that will be at the Whiskey Go-Go. And so a lot of people say like the sound was upgraded. This is where I'm not in agreement with, but new look unlocked. The new song starts with the lead singer Mayu powerful screams, then suddenly she transitions into a clean melodic tone for the chorus. You guys should check out the song if you're listening to this from the podcast. That clash of the style would be brutal for any other vocalist, but Mayu handles it with ease. All the while, the guitarist Suzuki and Saki effortlessly hammer on some awesomely heavy riffs. Moreover, the rhythm mix demonstrate expertise even more in their 2020 debut. Is it called Oricon? I always pronounce it weird. But yeah, so that music video did drop. If you haven't seen it yet, you're weird. Go watch it.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Now, I'll say this. I had my first initial reaction. It would. I don't know, man. Like the kick and bass was very, very low, very, very in the back, and I feel like it would have had more oomph. I also had really horrible. I guess I was expecting heavy and hard because of the sample we checked out here. So I went into the reaction with a whole other idea of how the song was going to start. So I think what happened to me was I heard it and was like, oh, it's which is awesome. It's a heartfelt song. It's really good. And then that's why afterwards, when I listened to it again, I had to look at it. I had to think about it because I went in thinking it was going to be heavy and in your face. And it still is in your face, but the bass really lacked for me in that whole thing, the kick and the bass. But I'll say this, Mayu showed off her vocal performance for sure. There was so many different examples of dynamics that she pulled off that was very impressive when I went back and listened to it a few more times. So that being said, it was really a heartfelt song by her, I think, and those screams added to the heartfelt feeling of it with the cleans, the different styles of cleans too. It was like at least 4 different clean vocals that I could make out when I was listening to it. That's my thoughts on it. I hate even saying this because people are gonna fucking be like, "Why are you talking about the mix?" But yeah, I wasn't a fan of the mix. The low ends weren't really the dynamics of the mix was really lacking for me. There's no breathing room in it. You couldn't. It was hard to feel that, but you could feel her vocals. I'll say that the vocals were good. They did a great job with the vocals and the guitars, but. Yeah, that's my thoughts. You go, Wave. What are your thoughts?
I like how they blended the electronic elements with the guitars, the heavy guitars and stuff, but I think that might be part of why the bass was so low, because they had to make more space for the electronic elements since a lot of that sat in the bass area, Which it's an interesting choice for a band that's more focused on metal and screaming because they'll have to have that backing track for live. But I thought it was a cool blend of sounds. I really liked the guitars playing off of each other. There was a lot of riffing going on during the verses that I thought was really cool. But, yeah. Otherwise, I heard it on Monday, so it's been a while. It's not fresh in my ears right now.
Gotcha.
So,
I disagree entirely with everything Alan just said.
all right, let's do this.
Love you, man. But here's why. I feel like the mix, while I specifically use the word muddy in my reaction to it during the verses mostly, because I do feel like it is like when it comes to the mix, it definitely sounds cluttered. It's like, especially in the verses, it sounds like it's really hard to differentiate what's going on from instrument to instrument until you get to the chorus, and then it kind of frees up a little bit.
I don't
But
get how you
got the
disagree. Wait, it sounds like we're
because
agreeing.
I agree with what you're saying about it, but I disagree that it's a bad thing, and I'll tell you why.
I didn't say it
think
was
that.
It's just not my thing. I don't know.
Well, it was a negative.
Yeah.
You considered it a negative, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, the way that I view that is the muddier and the more cluttered that verse sounds, with her banshee screaming over it, the more of that release that we get when the chorus comes and everything frees up, everything slows down. You can hear the guitar lead come in nicely during the chorus, and then she starts singing the clean. And to me, the differentiation between that verse leading into that chorus made the chorus feel more satisfying to me. And I don't think it would have if the verse had been a little bit more open or a little bit less cluttered sounding. Now, that being said, if I'm going to look at that verse by itself without anything else around it, I'm probably going to say the same thing. I don't really like it that much because it's not really, but because of where it led, I felt really good about it, honestly. So, different takes on the same idea.
Like I said, somebody mentioned this too. They said it could be just compression with YouTube on it. But I mean, when I heard Dissension, I didn't get those vibes. And Wave is right. When you have electronics, it definitely adds a whole nother element. But we have K-pop and J-pop bands that have meshed the two very well also. That I think they should have maybe brought another engineer in to kind of help with that. Because when you're going from rock and metal mixes and then you start adding in keyboards and electronics, it is a whole other beast. This is why sometimes when I do mixes, I have a specific person mix a certain sound for me, because I'm like, I could either spend all my time doing that or I could do what I'm an expert at. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just one guy trying to make it all fit together.
Could be. Were there electronics
thing
going
is,
through the whole thing?
I don't think there was. I didn't.
Because I really only noticed in the beginning.
It was, I didn't notice a lot of it. But even, let's say there wasn't any in there. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, the song was good, though. It was a good song. It's just not a song I would listen to be honest. It was just, it was okay. It was okay.
That's fair.
I feel like it just, maybe it got compressed too much when it did go into the music video. Maybe I got to listen to the CD version. I don't know. But at the same time, you shouldn't have to do that either.
I doubt it.
I think we listen
that
to is on YouTube,
Yeah,
I think
if you got to make it good on every platform.
I don't think it's going to get better if you listen to it on a I think if you don't like how it's constructed, you're probably not going to like it.
I disagree, because I did take the recording. Well, not disagree. Like, you can make it sound better if you have enhanced bass headphones. Yeah, you can put up the bass and then you're like, oh, okay. I enjoyed it more when I enhanced the bass.
That's true. That's true. What was Ryan saying that one time? He was shitting all over us for using the default settings on our radios back in the day. He was like, "No, dude, you got to change it for every single song." Fuck that. Like,
yeah, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of
what is
fucking
this
work.
Game of Thrones season 7?
Use studio monitors so they have a good flat response mix.
Yeah, you have flat response. Yeah, somebody was saying on the live reaction, they were like, "Oh, it's your headphones." I'm like, dude, these are mixing headphones. They're flat response. It's flat. Like, and they're probably right. If I checked out that music video in my car, I might have been like, oh, into it. So it all depends. It could have been just I was listening on flat response headphones. But I like doing that because I can hear more of the mix. I can hear like all the guitar leads and everything. And there was some cool stuff with the leads, but honestly, what it is, it's stuff I've kind of heard before. Like, like, I've heard those melodies before, hashed out in other songs, and that's everything gets repeated. I know people, you'll hear the same stuff all the time, but it wasn't as special for me as other songs. And I still love Nemophila either way, but it was just probably not the one I'll listen to the most. That's all. So
I agree with you there. Like, for me, the most exciting part of listening to Nemophila was when I heard Hypnosis, because it was such a different sound style for them, using more Middle Eastern scales, and it's just it was really cool and experimental. So like, it's going to be hard to top that for me.
Is that the one that you said was inspired by Aladdin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
that true?
Yeah.
Who's the bassist again?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember her name.
We also got
She
to
wrote the
remember
song, I think.
that we listen to a lot of music and we play a lot of music. So I feel like as people that have listened to a lot of music and play a lot of music, we're like, we get more complicated with what we like. You know what I mean? Like, because
hard to-
if I strip all that back, it's a good song. In general, it's a good song. Like, there's no denying that. It's a good song, and that's it. Rosie, what
Yeah,
do you
I
think? You
mean-
saw it, right? You heard it?
I did not do
Oh.
this assignment.
Okay.
Rosie got hired like
He-
20 minutes before we went live. So
Yeah.
I thought you might have heard
That's-
it because
that's fair.
when Wave reacted to it. Oh, she doesn't watch your reactions, dude? What the fuck? No, I was kidding.
I like
guess
them.
not.
I will say, like, I don't think it was their best song. Far from it. From the 5 or 6 tracks I've heard, it was not my favorite song. It's probably closer to the bottom than the top, but like, it's still, to me, like, I'm giving it a 7.5. I'm still happy with it, and I do think that like the muddiness during the verses allowed for her screaming to show off more too. Like, this was, of all the songs that I've heard, this was my favorite vocal showcase from Mayu, and I don't know if that would have been possible if the concentration was more on the guitars and the drums during the verses.
Imagine if they made the music. No, you know what? You're right. Her vocals were good, but it's just, man, I wish she had did all those amazing vocals, which she does do on other songs, like on a different song. I don't know. And it would be even fucking more phenomenal. But
Yeah, I'm sure that you could do that. I guess I'm not looking at it from like a perspective of what could you have done better. I'm kind of just looking at it for what it was, and I think it made me happy. Like, so I'm good with it.
exactly, it's a good song. That's what I'm saying too. I agree. It's just a good song. It's a good song, but it wasn't. I had a definitely a really high elevated expectation from when we heard the sample. You know what I mean? I don't know what it was about when we checked out the sample. I was like, oh, I can't wait. And then I was like, oh, this is not what I expected. This is actually a different vibe. It was completely different than what I got from the little clip. So,
Fair enough.
yeah. But anyways, the people mentioning about the BAND-MAID thing, we talked about that in the beginning. So watch it back later if you want to hear our EP
And I would
talk.
like to revisit, to speculate on what it's going to be, but I kind of want to wait for Mir to be here for that.
Also, like, there's not really that much to talk about it yet. Like, Baby Metal's dropping little teasers, so we can hear those and talk about
Well,
them.
how about this?
Feel just dropped an actual new music video, so we can talk about that. As soon as BAND-MAID starts dropping some new items that we haven't heard yet, we'll be all over that shit.
Let me ask one thing though about what sound direction do you think they're going to go into?
That's a good question.
Well, I will say this. I was kind of trying to decipher some of the stuff that they said in the stream that they did, and they mentioned world domination, and I know that some people on our Discord were talking about this also. If you guys want to engage in BAND-MAID conversations, go over to our Discord. But it was being speculated that they might be doing a world domination 2, like a sequel to it, because they kept saying world domination, but it's hard to tell if they were talking about it as a concept, like we're literally going to take over the world with our music, or if they were saying there's going to be an actual follow-up on the world domination record or not. But if the former is true, or the latter is true, and they are going to do a world domination 2, that would get me so hyped for it, man. Because to know that they would be taking that sound from the original one, the sort of like hard rock, the thing that everybody got into from them, but then putting it in this part of their career where they've already gone into the progressive side of the music, and like kind of putting those two together. Unseen World was definitely more progressive than hard rock.
How about you,
World
Wave?
domination was the opposite.
And Sense was pretty crazy too.
What do you think, Wave? What do you think
progressive.
direction they're going into?
Well, I mean, based on the Sense EP stuff, that stuff was pretty insane. There's a lot going on in it, and I would like to hear them revisit the sound from World Domination again. I know someone reached out with more context, like from what they're actually saying in Japanese, and it sounded like it was more like it's another attempt to like go back out on the road and keep getting their name out there.
That's what I was thinking too. It sounded more conceptually that they were saying it.
But I would love it if they, revisited that hard rock style. I mean, I love the progressive stuff, but it's it doesn't have the same soul, as the world domination type of style, because it's more like just wow instead of, you know what I'm saying.
I feel like it's easier.
There's more breathing room in world domination.
Rosie, you have anything on this? Have you listened to much BAND-MAID?
Well, I don't really care which direction they go. I just want them to do a couple of their acoustics. Because that was so cool.
I agree with
Their
her.
Christmas thing.
Yes.
I
agree
just
with her.
a few songs would be really cool.
Have
And
they
like
ever
we
put an
mentioned in the
acoustic?
beginning-
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Like we mentioned in the beginning, they are starting to put out those fixed camera shot videos from the acoustic version on BAND-MAID Prime.
I think. Okay, so I want to tell you what direction I think they're gonna go in, because I think you guys are all wrong. All right, and here's
All
why.
right.
They're gonna have Misa go on the mic and do bass to the forefront, and it's gonna become a completely jazz BAND-MAID group, and it's gonna be the most amazing thing ever.
Jazz
That's my
BAND-MAID.
take.
Really?
I'm sticking to it.
Vladimir Chupin just said.
Oh, you did? But we're on the same
said it.
wavelength. We're on the same wavelength,
That would be so cool.
They could
Right?
pull it off.
right?
Oh, they could definitely do jazz, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
That's what I think. That's what's happening. Misa's gonna go center stage. Psyche's gonna pick up an instrument also, and Misa's gonna also start singing and just playing the sickest jazz group bass lines, and it's gonna be amazing. That's
Dude, she used to sing.
That's my
She used to
prediction.
sing in her old band.
That's my prediction. I'm sticking to
They
it.
could all sing. They've all sang before. We could put any of them in the front, and like that's a realistic
Yeah.
option for us
They
to
come
do.
out with that like Dolls Box 5-part harmonies.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
right? Like, let's fucking do that.
Ryan made me want to listen to that song again, man. Like I watched his reaction. I'm like, oh, I forgot how fucking good this is. I played that Dollbox song again. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. I will say, did they have they ever put an acoustic song on an album before? Has BAND-MAID ever done that?
They have a whole
'Cause I would
album
love
of
to hear them
acoustic
do that.
songs coming
Yeah.
that are out.
Obviously. Come on. Stop.
Like songs composed to
There's a whole
be specifically
album,
acoustic.
champ.
I mean on
You
their
greedy
actual
bastard.
albums that they release, not a live performance. Yes, I'm a greedy BAND-MAID fan. What do you want? I want,
Speaking
I
of
want it
which,
all. Give me,
I just
all.
have
Give
to
me the
say,
jazz
I
album.
finally got it.
They one upped you.
Hey, that's pretty.
It's on the side.
I can't
Yeah, it's
say
upside
who
down.
sent it, but I'm
There it
very
is.
excited to finally have this. Thank you, anonymous person.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they one upped you, champ. All right, they did a whole fucking album of acoustic songs.
Yo, fuck that noise. I want one acoustic song on an actual release, and
Okay.
I want a jazz song now,
I'm
and I
greedy.
want a progressive song, and I want a hard rock
Well, I
song.
told-
Give me a 60s
I already
flavor,
told you what's
you know,
happening.
Led Zeppelin.
I told you what's happening. The new album is gonna be Misa on bass, 2 lead vocals. I just told you,
Dude,
It's
if you're
happening.
right about that, I will
Dude,
be so
What will
Imagine.
you do?
amazed.
I'll give you a big
Imagine.
thumbs up.
Oh, that would be crazy. That'd be crazy. But
What do you think, Rosie?
What you should do?
What direction do you think BAND-MAID is going to go?
Oh, I just said I have no idea.
I asked her
just
that.
want
Wave,
acoustic songs.
I
on
already asked her
their
that.
tour. Yeah. Where were
And
you?
she
Where
made
were
me want
you?
the acoustic though now
I'm an
too.
idiot.
She said she wanted the acoustic.
That's how we got on this. This little.
Oh, we love
okay.
you.
Oh yeah, how about a southern rock song from BAND-MAID? I would love that too.
No, I
Yeah.
want jazz. I want jazz.
Leonard Skinner?
Yeah, Leonard Skinner style.
Nah. No.
Okay, one thing. Okay, but for reals, okay, 100. Listen, this is a real thing that I want, and I don't think it'll ever happen, but I want it. Okay, I want to hear Psyche scream once, or Miku, one of them. Throw out a scream. I
Miku's
don't even
gonna
care if it's
scream,
good.
of course. She already does that. What do you
No,
mean?
she goes, yeah, like she yells. She yells.
Falsetto scream.
Yeah, she
You wanna hear-
yells. She doesn't scream. Yeah, you hear it all the way in the background, and you hear like her yelling for her life usually. But like, I want to hear. Give me the straight up.
Pigeon
like,
growls.
yeah,
All
give
right.
me pigeon growls.
Back on track,
Oh.
guys. We got 2 more
Can I
articles.
just say one more thing? Since you
Squirrel.
mentioned like Leonard Skinner, Southern Rock, it would be so cool if Konami and Miku started doing like guitar harmony solos.
If yeah, I mean, is Miku capable of it yet? Maybe.
Well, she's been playing what 7-8 years now. She might be.
It's a matter of being able to trust them to do it live, right? Like you can't have them do it on the record unless you know that they can pull it off live every time. But I would love to see that. Okay, go ahead.
All right, guys. Moving on. Let's finish up the news because we got some more Lovebites auditions today. What we got to get to. Lots of news today. So we got 4 different ones. And so a band that has the guitarist from Baby Metal, Omura. He has another project called Liv Moon. We reacted to his song not too long ago. Oh my God, the vocals are fucking phenomenal. We were just blown away by just the vocals alone. No, he's not. He does sing. He does sing, actually. He does sing in that periodically, but they have, I can't remember her name, but it's in this article. Liv Moon prepares new album after many years of wait. I highly recommend everybody to go check out Liv Moon. She is a really fantastic singer. High voice. She sings super fucking high. Ridiculous. The symphonic metal band Liv Moon, fronted by Akane Liv, is finally back with new music after many years of silence in terms of musical releases. Earlier this month, Liv Moon announced an upcoming album that will be released sometime this year through the label Waku Records. I probably said that all wrong, but so far we know it is it is in production stage, and though through Akane Liv's words, she promises a good album, but beyond this, we'll have to wait for more details for her later stage. I don't know if you guys have heard Liv Moon yet, but you guys should check it out. It's really phenomenal stuff. Very, very, very good symphonic metal, I think. I guess you could say like a Nightwish kind of style. I enjoy Liv Moon more because I like the guitar tones and stuff better, in my opinion. But it's a that symphonic metal sound or whatnot. But have you guys heard Liv Moon?
On guitar is a completely different thing.
Yeah. Have you guys heard of them yet?
No.
Yeah.
Not I.
Very good stuff. He only played for them live. That's it? Oh, I thought he actually played in a couple songs. So from the chat, they're saying that I guess he only played with them live. But let me know if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong about it, but the videos I've seen, Omura's been on all of them. So maybe I'm wrong on that one. So I apologize for that. But then there's another band called B'z. I reacted to them. I guess they're Champ was telling me they're like, how long have they been around for, Champ?
1988 was their debut.
1988. What? That was the year I was born.
Yeah, they've been around for a minute. They ended. They're just a duo too. I believe this is their 22nd album, something like that.
22nd album.
Wow.
So yeah,
I think they might mention it in the article here.
So rock duos B'z will release a new album on August 10th. Highway X will be available in 3 editions. That's so cool that Japan has like multiple editions of all the albums. I mean, I know some bands here do that, but it seems pretty common over there. They have like multiple different versions, each containing 11 tracks. These include Sleepless, the duo's 5th opening theme for the long-running anime series Detective Conan, Live, their theme song from the live-action film adaptation of the manga Uzogoi, and the digital single Unite. So pretty cool.
Nice. I'm pretty sure Yayoka has done something with that's where I heard of them.
The B'z's.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised because they are like ex-Japan. They're one of those groups that like I think the vast majority of Japanese music fans know who they are. They've been around doing it forever, and like they get a lot of sort of focus when they decide to come back with new music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and help out newer artists too, kind of.
I'm seeing here in the chat that Chemical Reaction from BAND-MAID was actually inspired via B'z's.
Oh, nice.
Nice. All right, so we're going to take a really brief break because I know Potter probably has to piss, and we'll come back, do the last match of the Hormone news, and then we'll do Lovebites reactions. All right? No, I actually don't need to piss.
Oh, right.
Bye, Wave. Just kidding.
Rosie, I need you to let me out.
I have to go too.
All right.
The Potter family. The Potter family will be on the pot and be right back.
I guess we don't need to do a Be Right Back screen. I mean, Champ and I are still here.
We are? Damn.
Yeah. Oh, man. How's the chat doing? Click the like button, guys. there's 152 of you here. Hit the like button. I hope you guys are enjoying this podcast. And and what we're doing. I think it's getting better. What do you guys think? You think this podcast is getting better or getting worse?
I don't know.
We can
I
set
see
a
it.
poll. Let's do a poll. Podcast getting
we're
better or
doubling.
worse? Huh?
We're doubling up.
We're doubling up. Oh, for you or?
Well, I hear my voice. Oh, it's gone. Never mind.
Okay. You might have had a second thing on there. But here, let's put I always forget about this poll thing. How do you do it again? Oh.
It's just on the bottom left of the chat.
All right, podcast better or worse? Here we go. Let's do a poll while we're waiting for everyone. And
What poll are we doing? Asking people if they like us or not?
yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious. What do they think? From
Yeah, that's
when
true.
we started. Oh my God, Wave's back already. Woo! There you go. There's a poll.
But we only have one toilet, so now
Oh, we're talking about maximum hormone right now, Jeff. We're talking about maximum hormone right now. I have some better news than last week about maximum hormone. So
what's the poll?
It's asking if we're getting worse or better as we go, which is a funny ass question, honestly.
at the podcast, like you guys think this podcast is getting better or worse? That was a fast piss break. I agree.
Very impressive, Wave. You're getting really good at this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have you been pissing long?
Are you even pissing?
I'm a pro pisser, man.
You're a pro pisser. He's got the squeeze down. He's like, fucking just like jet
Most
stream.
important part is the shake.
The shake or thicker underwear.
And this is why we have 6% of people saying it's getting worse.
The more we talk about Wave pissing, I think we're gonna get more worse votes. Oh man, too much information. Not enough information, I think. So yeah, Wave. I don't think you washed your hands for 20 seconds.
I didn't touch anything.
I love it because Rosie laughed because she already knew what your response was gonna be.
I have a system set up.
Yeah. Well,
Wait,
people have been
bro,
very
you're not the
familiar.
only one.
Very good with using my feet.
Wow, man.
You become more
He's not
impressive every
lying.
time I talk to you, man.
The pee comes in waves. Shout out to Rob for that comment. All right, let's get back into. We got one final news thing to talk about. Maximum hormone, guys. As you guys know, can't go to the Spain one because unfortunately I can't get the whole vaccination thing that's required in Spain. But I found out that I can go to the one in the UK. So I am trying to get to the one in the UK. I also have 2 meet and greets for Spain. If you guys are interested in those tickets, I'm just giving them away. What I'm saying is like just go to the Maximum Hormone music video that Wave and I did, and there's a screenshot in that video where it says hidden treasure. Take a screenshot of it, send it to me on Discord. I'll give you the tickets. So it's a meet and greet for Maximum Hormone. I got 2 of them. I can't use them because I can't get into Spain. So, but good news is though I'm going to be working on trying to get to the UK instead. So that's a good thing. So, but hopefully that works out. Yeah. Hopefully it aligns
Yeah, and I
with
hope
the
somebody
dates.
that wants to go to Spain gets these tickets, and it's not a problem for them or anything.
Exactly. Whoever sends it to me first, I'll just give it to you guys. I already have them and stuff. They were already paid for and all that stuff. But it's very sad. I really want to go to Spain though. I really did want to go. And we did have a little bit of news for that. I've never been to the UK either, so it'll be my first time over there. It'll be fun. Be fun. So, but yeah, so I don't know how many dates they're doing. I had the article and it disappeared on me. So that's the thing. But yeah, they just have a few dates in Europe. They're only touring in Europe right now. And I don't know if they're ever coming back to the US, honestly. I hope they do. But what do you guys think? You think they will?
I don't know. I same as what I said last week. I kind of think that it's just about the money, If they think that they're going to be, if it's going to be financially worth it to travel over here, and they're going to sell out enough venues or whatever. I think personally that seeing the other Japanese groups come over here this year and seeing if and what kind of success they have will probably have sort of a domino effect on bands like MTH also, who may end up deciding, yeah, we want to go over there also. There's money to be made.
Yeah. I just want to see them before they're not a thing. That's what I'm worried about. I'm not saying I'm not trying to be doom and gloom on it, but you know, who knows how much longer
one
they're
of your favorite
going.
bands.
Yeah.
You gotta see them.
And I remember the news I was going to talk about. So they have a thing where you can go to their site. You go onto Maximum Hormone website, and you can vote for what you want them to play at their concert, by the way. That was the news I was going to talk about.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's such a cool fucking concept, man.
Yeah. Ultimate fan respect right there.
Yeah, so you get to vote for all the songs, anyone that you guys want. I don't know. What would you guys vote for? Let me know in the chat if you guys are Maximum Hormone fans out there or listen to MTH. What songs would you like them to redo? And to you guys, how many songs have you listened to? I know Rosie was talking about on your live stream, Potter, that she doesn't like them too much, but there is songs I know she would love by them. And one of them was VAP and
oh, that's right.
and another one. Like, I think you got to show her because like their MTH has songs for like everybody to like, because there's such a wide range, you know, between their music. If you really want to go heavy,
one style from them so far.
Yeah, well, that's true because you've only listened to Sume, and What's Up, People, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Alien.
Listen
Did you
to
check out
Alien.
Alien? Alien's so
Oh, yeah,
good.
I was going to say Alien's a good song.
Those are their heavier ones, but
Have to check out VAP.
check out VAP. What's the other one? There's the one where I know the music video. It's in my head where he's getting seduced or he's trying to get with some women at a party or whatever. But it still has some heavy vibes. But what the fuck is the name of the song? God, Hungry Pride is a brutal song, Jeff. Hungry Pride is a great song too, though. But let's go ahead and get into Lovebites bass auditions. We're gonna rate them.
And real quick, to the 12% who said the podcast is getting worse, feel free to share like what we could do better in the chat so we can actually make those improvements. And
No,
get
don't.
this
I don't
up
want to hear
100%.
it.
Or not.
Just tell us that
Or
we're
not
awesome.
make
I
any
just want-
improvements. Yeah, or not make improvements.
No, but he's right. For reals, we're always open to adjusting. You know, we want it to be as fun for you as it is for us to talk about music. You know.
Yeah. Yes. How about starting on time? That's the first step.
Not an option, guys.
You know what's funny?
We're talking about
Hold
realistic
on.
adjustments.
We
can
started
make.
on time 2 weeks in a row. Today we didn't, and everyone's like, "You're never on time." That blows my mind when people say that. We start on time 2 weeks in a row. 1 week, 5 minutes late. That's why it's a podcast. You can re-listen to it later.
True.
Yeah, give us your critique so we can shoot it down. Just kidding. I'm a fucking asshole.
That's
over
what
here.
if you want
I'm
to go to
an
the
asshole
Patreon,
over
that's what the
here.
extended podcast is going to be. Us just turning down all of your options.
You know what? Before we get into the Lovebites audition takes, I forgot Orion. Wow, that's another reactor, by the way. He's a good reactor. But champ. Well, you want to go over it's the Oricon thing or the?
Yeah, sure.
top
Let's
songs?
do that. So I wanted to bring this quick new segment to the podcast each week. Oricon.
I need to find the link.
The Oricon, the Oricon chart is, for anybody that doesn't know, it tracks the singles and albums, the best ones of the week, like the most sales per week, and they update it every week. So I figured it'd be cool to kind of check out, this is the Japanese music charts, what is the most popular over there weekly. So let's go over there. Do you have the list pulled up, or do you want me to just read it off?
I'm pulling it. You can start reading off. I'm pulling it up though.
Okay, cool. So this is going to be quick. We're going to go through this quick, and then if there's anything you guys want to talk about, you can. But very few of these I actually know the Japanese rock bands.
So this is 2022, week 19.
Correct. So we're starting off with the singles. At number 10 is King and Prince, Loving You. Accord, number 9, Accords, Nando. I know Accords. I don't know if any of you guys know them.
I haven't heard a lot of these. I was looking at this. I'm like, I don't know a lot of this.
Yeah, a lot of this is there's idol groups, because this is just the charts overall, right? So, and interestingly enough, I'm actually seeing K-pop groups on here, which just goes to show you how popular the K-pop is in Japan also. So number 8 is Sakurazaka 46, Samadari Yo. 7 is Junretsu, Kimi wo Ubai Suratai. Number 6 is Ninja Gasaki Gakuen School Idol Dukake. Man, it is hard to say these words. The song title is Yume ga Bokura no Tayosa.
Doing a great job.
Thank you. Number 5 is Snowman, song Brother Beat. Number 4 is Tatsumi Yuto, song Setsugeka. Number 3 is Ini, and the song is called I Call 119/We Are. Number 2 is Naniwa Danchi. The song is The Answer. And number 1 is Enhypen, Dimension Senko. And Enhypen, actually, this is one of the few that I know on here. They are a K-pop group. So I'm not sure if that's a K-pop song or if it's maybe the Japanese version of the song. I don't know how they separate these things. I'll have to look more into it.
I like how they have like they went down a spot or went up a spot, like +5, like Snowman went up 5 spots. That's cool that they show that.
Oh,
yeah. It's really cool. Like, especially because it'll tell you, especially if there's if it's new, like if there's 2 dashes next to it, it generally means that it wasn't on the chart the week before.
Like,
so
look at the Snowman one. It went up 42 spots. Holy shit. What's that about? I don't even know what it is.
Doesn't that make you kind of want to hear Snowman though?
I do.
Like
I'm like, why is it jumping up 45 spots? I'm pulling it up right now.
Right. So I'll quickly go through the albums here. Number 10, Otto Kyugen. Number 9, Stray Kids Ordinary, also a K-pop group. Number 8, Monsta X, Shape of Love, a K-pop group. Number 7, Utada Hikaru.
Damn,
I believe a couple of us have listened to Utada Hikaru, her album BAND-MAID that came out recently.
Familiar.
Yeah, I think you just listened to them a few weeks ago, if I remember. I think you mentioned it on stream, but she's a solo artist. She's like one of their biggest pop stars ever.
I found Snowman. You want to hear it real quick?
Oh yeah.
Let's hear it.
You got 5 seconds of Snowman. Give us.
Yeah, let's go.
Secret Touch.
I'm excited.
Is this K-pop?
No idea. Oh, it's definitely Idols though.
Gen Z.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks. It's either a J Idol group or a J Idol group. Oh yeah, boy band written all over it.
Look at those moves,
Oh, wow.
man.
Gyrating hips.
Oh, the idol bands love to gyrate, my friends.
All right, well,
number 4, Exile.
I think we might need to find a rock chart.
This is the whole chart, man. This is how they track Japanese music sales. And then number 3,
think, Rosie?
I didn't like that.
Did that get you?
No, not at all.
I didn't like that.
Hey, I got an idea. Maybe
Great
we'll
point.
do that over on Discord and with the polls over here. We'll just start making our own charts. So it'll be like fan base. We'll put up all the new Japanese bands, and everyone just starts voting. And the ones with like the more popular like votes, then we make our own chart. So we're like, oh, this came in number 1. This song.
I wonder if BAND-MAID will ever win.
No, of course not.
Or if they'll ever
not until
lose.
Misa does the jazz project. I mean, with BAND-MAID.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Man. Giving our fans the right to vote, I definitely think BAND-MAID is going to win that every single week. Hey, I don't have a problem with that, but we're.
Hey,
you know.
I don't. Hey, you never know. There might be some up and coming. We got Hanabi, out there. We got some bands out there.
All right, I only got 3 more.
Nemophila.
So let me just flow through
Sorry.
this.
Oh, sorry.
Lay Seraphim Fearless is number 3. Fujikaz Love All Serve All is number 2, and Sagupan Sagu1 is number 1. So those are the top 10 albums of the week.
Vladimir Chupin from the chat says BAND-MAID was on this chart at one point. I'm sure Baby Metal was too. Hey, I see 1OK Rock. There's something I recognize. BTS.
Yeah. I feel like Baby Metal's probably been number 1 on the chart before, probably for extended periods of time too.
Hands down. Definitely.
Yeah.
This just goes to show you that, like, rock is still pretty not everyone's favorite. Like it's definitely not there. It's definitely a niche corner of the world for sure.
I'll say I don't think any of these groups are rock bands. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think anything we just mentioned is a rock band, which is crazy, man. It still blows my mind.
The charts are
1OK
so
Rock
transient,
is huge
though, like,
over there.
Yeah, that's they're in the top 10 for music DVDs that came out this week. I don't know how active they currently are, but they're definitely one of the bigger bands that Japan has had in the last 10 years.
For sure. I'm pulling up. All right, you guys ready? Last segment of the show. We are reacting to Lovebites bass auditions. You guys ready?
Cool.
Yeah,
Brutal
love
honesty.
this.
Rosie, you ready? You ready to
I'm so
rate
ready.
basses?
How many we got this week?
We got 4.
Dang.
We got
All
4.
right.
I got my bass coming in. I'll have mine. I should have mine recorded. My bass fucking went
Oh,
out.
good.
So
Cool.
I wrote it though. It's just, I need to fucking get it better. My bass electronics went out and I can't find anyone to fix it. It's beyond the pot. So I've like tried everything with cleaning it. It just sucks. Doesn't work. Anyways, the very first one, let's show him some love. Like I always say, I made sure I already subscribed to him. This is what is it? BLD. I don't know, but here we go. This is I think it's a he. I don't know. He has a mask on, so I'm not sure. Well, here we go.
Oof.
Wave, you go. You first.
I feel like such an a-hole. But, I mean, obviously it was off time. There were random stops. And there were
He got
parts
on
where he
time
tried
at one
doing, like
part.
some walking bass, but it wasn't on a scale. It was just like random chromatic notes. But, I mean, you got to be locked into the time. As the bassist, you're part of the rhythm section. The timing is everything.
Maybe
Even if you're just playing root notes. If you're locked into the time, then you can sound good.
Maybe he's progressive. Maybe he's being progressive.
Yeah, maybe that's a jazz audition. I will give him +1 point for the Lovebites sweater, representing Lovebites, supporting them with the merch.
Hell yeah.
So I'll say 1 out of 10.
All right, Rosie, you go.
I think that sucked. I don't know why. Was that like a serious audition or was that like a spoof? Is that?
Yeah, somebody can take my be an asshole for me this week. Yay.
So how was the mix?
I love that Rosie just says it, man.
Yeah.
It just tells it like it is.
Oh,
So.
sorry. Oh, okay. This is important info, though. Max Maniac said he just did the audition as a learning experience.
Yeah.
So just for fun kind of thing.
I have a feeling a lot of people probably do that, right? Like they're not actually taking auditions seriously. They're just like, hey, let's this is something to do. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Go ahead, champ.
Keep working, buddy. You got something in there. You just keep pushing and you'll get to the place that you need to be, I think that obviously, as Wave said, the timing was off, and timing is something that I think it just takes experience to get, right? So come back to this a year from now, and I'm sure the timing will be really nice. The rest of it, it was he played the root notes when the root notes needed to be played.
Are we supposed to be nice? Now I feel bad.
Okay, let me say
You
this.
can be whatever
Hold on,
you
hold on.
want to be, Rosie.
It concerns me. The champ was so much nicer than me.
I know. I feel what you're saying, Rosie. Like, because a part of me wants to laugh and be like, "Wow, that was horrible," but then I'm like, "Man, Ellen, you're over here learning vocals. You sound like dog shit, also." So it's like, I guess that's what like brings me down to earth real quick before I start laughing and shit. I'm like, I'm sure people have heard me sing and they're like, "Ah, he sucks," So I'm sure it's the same.
I would implore you guys to think back to like when you're starting out and think about the difference between how you felt.
I was shredding,
like,
bro. What are you talking about?
6 months.
I came out
6
the,
months.
I came out the
12
twat
months.
shredding. Okay.
You can't even shred now, Alan. No, but he was probably really proud of the progress that he made, and to him it probably sounded really nice when you think about it, right? Because like 6 months in, you're like, oh, I can barely do shit, and then a year and 6 months in, you're like, oh shit, I can actually play this song, which he did. He played the song, he just didn't play it well. So there's a
glimpse. There's a glimpse of where he did lock in on timing. Just a glimpse. There was a glimpse, but somebody said he's learning and stuff. But yeah, it did suck. But
Yeah, that's
but
important.
don't stop playing though. Don't stop playing though. Like just because we're saying, oh, this is not that great.
yeah.
But just
No,
keep,
like I said,
keep
come back
playing.
a year from now with the exact same thing. Let's see how you do a year from now.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing about putting your progress up, just being like, hey, this is where it's at now. This is how it's going. This is how it's getting better. So, but yeah, I'd give it like a 0. Like, 1, 0, 1.
I mean,
0.5.
Rating it as a serious bass audition for
Yeah.
Lovebites. Yeah.
0.
But this
then
was
I say
a
0.
serious audition tape, right? Like
Well,
he
no.
actually submitted it, or
I think he just put it up and people said
We're just gonna
he was
assume there's
using it as
serious
an
audition.
opportunity to
the person's here. They're like watching while we do this.
Of course.
No.
No, I was kidding.
they'll probably see this.
You just scared me,
They're
dude.
gonna see it. What do you mean? Hey,
Well,
but
okay.
I think people like honesty though. They really do. So if you're like, hey, it sucks, it sucks. It's fine. Like, it's either you gotta take that and use it to your advantage to fuel yourself to get better, or you can use it to not play anymore. Either way, still weeding out.
It also wasn't the worst audition that we heard. So, that's something, right?
Oh, that's true. There was one
I-
worse.
I
There was one
appreciate
worse.
that you came in with that because as harsh as I was, that's the bottom line is keep trying to get better. I mean, we were all at that point at some point. I mean, I have over a decade of absolute garbage music floating around on YouTube that
And still do. No, I was kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, just
No,
keep
it's
practicing, man.
I'm kidding.
No, he's got it's there's promise. You know what I mean? I think, you know what, maybe it might be a little easier for me to relate just because I suck at my instruments and you guys are good at yours. So like you're used to being good at it. You know what I mean? But like I pick up a guitar and I'm like, damn, I'm trash. So like when I see somebody else that's struggling, I'm like, oh yeah, you keep working, buddy. You got this. You'll get there one day.
And like we said with the other guy, he's got great music taste. Like like awesome inspirations to keep getting better.
Yeah, exactly. But if we're being honest, nope, not happening. So moving to the next one. Here's another audition. This is on Twitter, and if you guys do want to follow them, and like I said, all these people trying out for Lovebites, showing their love and support, it still brings attention to the band. So also got to remember that. So that's really cool that they're bringing that attention to the band. And I think that was the whole point of this too. Also, other than finding a new
I think we might have this guy in chat right now.
Yeah. So, he is in chat?
Well, somebody said, hey, that's me, number 2. So
okay. Let's do this.
All right.
Good
We're
to
still
know.
going to be brutal. Don't worry.
yeah, but we're gonna be honest, my dude. If you
Rosie,
suck, we gotta say it.
Be honest. You
All
don't
right.
have to stop. And it's not playing.
Need some volume?
No, it's just not fucking playing. Look, let's refresh that.
Twitter sketch.
That's an actual YouTube link though, right? Oh.
No.
Here we go.
Now I want to change mine. He like did some fills that I'm already doing. Like fuck. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But let's go through the ratings. So we'll start with Rosie this time.
Okay, I think he did really good. I think he supported the guitar an appropriate amount of time and then did his own thing, but it never overpowered the other instruments. So I'm going to say a 9 out of 10.
Wow. Glowing reviews from Rosie.
Champ?
Well, first off, I think the guy in our chat was lying. Fucking troll. Second off, I thought it was pretty good. You know, like I'm between pretty good and really good right now. Like there were parts of it that I thought were super creative. He did some things that nobody has done before, including the very end of the song, kind of hitting 2 notes instead of the 1 notes while going through the transition. He was like doubling up, and it sounded really cool like that. And like the very beginning, he came in and he sort of did those triplets during the break part, like a do, and there was like boo, doo, like triplets, but not during the transition part, right? So I thought that was pretty cool too. The only thing that I wasn't a huge fan of was the 16th notes where he was staying on one note or just going down to another note during those, like inside those boxes, you know, where it was just and then he'd go back into it. I think he did that a couple too many times. Like you could do that like once or twice maybe. But outside of that, I thought it was pretty creative and really well played.
What's your rating?
I'll give it an 8.
Damn.
Bet you Wave.
How are you?
I loved the way he came in with the slide. Like it just, I don't think I've heard that yet, where it starts with the slide. So that was a cool touch. I enjoyed the thumb slapping technique, gave it that beefy sound. Finger picking was great. Nice movement, walking up at the top of the neck for those, you know, he was like going up to the top of the neck and walking up like a minor scale. I thought that sounded really cool, and it was locked into the rhythm timing. The one thing I noticed was like that lick, the kind of got a little shaky on the rhythm there, which is a pretty, you know, that's like, to me, that's like the standout moment of the song. So I think I'll give it a 7.
Fair. Alan?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna give it a 5. And because I really think the audition should be standing up, playing the song, full shot of the person, if it's a true audition. If we're talking about true audition. I didn't think he was locked in the entire time. I thought the timing was off on just random parts, random notes. A lot of notes were on time, but there was pinnacle moments where it wasn't on time, where it needed it to be. And I do like how the tone came through with his fingers. He did have it like coming through like you were saying with the thumping and stuff. But like a half of the points, the reason why I go down to 5 is just because I would prefer, like, I guess if somebody's playing for Lovebites, it's got to be exciting, you know? And it was kind of very meh to me. And I think a lot of that had to do with like inconsistent timing throughout the song, because sometimes he was on time, sometimes he wasn't. But he had a lot of cool techniques. You could tell he's going to be a really good bassist as he keeps practicing, because he's already sounding really good already. And I think he'll be even fucking better within a year if he keeps doing what he's doing. And because I don't know how young he is, or how long he's been playing, but you can tell he has some chops that are going to develop over time. But yeah, I'd give it a 5 because, yeah, I want the full thing. I want the full fucking audition, you know?
What'd you think of his tone?
It's okay. It was good because it was just raw. It was just raw, and it was coming through his fingers. And I agree with, I think maybe the thumping was too much. And then, like I said, some of the runs were a little off. So it didn't like come through as well, and it kind of affected how when he was sliding up tone, some of the notes were missed. Some were played a little lighter than others were heavier than others. A lot of times compression fixes that thing if you have a compression pedal on it, because bass is really hard to have it even playing. When you're playing with thumb and playing with fingers, it's really hard to get your everything leveled and even. So the tone's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's really good for a raw tone. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it sounded pretty hefty. You know, it sounded good with the music. I think, although it was loud. I mean, I think it was supposed.
But that's intentional, right? To be above the.
But I think if it was in the mix, it would have sounded really nice. That tone, personally.
I think so too. Yeah, like the tone of it does sound good, and a lot of it came from his the way that he was playing it. Because a lot of people. I think he was actually hitting a little bit more into tips, so you still got that brighter tone. A lot of people, when they're playing bass, they'll just use the flesh of their hand. But if you get the tip of the hand in there too, you get a little bit of the attack, like if you have a pick and a thing. Yeah, that's why I like having, when I'm playing bass, it just has a little bit of nail there. And then even if you don't have nail, if you get in a tip, it's a little bit a clearer sound. You get that sound in there.
I will say, just to follow up on what both of you guys said, I think that the most noticeable part of the song where it was like a negative was what Wave said about that transition to do, where he was a little off time, and then what Alan was just saying about how some of the things that he didn't seem like they kind of were exactly on the flow with the rest of the song. It's most noticeable during that part because he actually takes a beat to rearrange where his fingers are to play that transition riff coming from the previous solo part. And I think that just goes to show inexperience. That's the type of thing that you grow as you get older, as you keep playing. So I think he'll get there.
Mr. Ozio was saying in the chat, it's really hard to play fast fingers and keep even finger stroke / sound. Absolutely right. That's why the tone is absolutely in the fingers. You do need to have that. And he did it for the most part. So that's why a lot of bassists have a really good compression pedal when they're playing live, or they use distortion for compression. They'll do a light distortion, which also acts like a compression on there, so they keep the sound even. So what it does, it brings those lighter notes a little bit louder, and if there's a random pop from the slapping, it'll bring it down, so it's a nice even tone. Bass is really hard to lock in a good tone sometimes. It's really difficult, and it is very challenging, more than guitar, I think, to get a really good tone going, because you got to worry about your playing, you got to worry about how like the dynamics of it, especially if you're playing fingers. It's a lot easier to control with a pick, because a pick acts like a slight depression already if you're playing evenly, and with your fingers it could, if you flick a little hard you know, or anything like that, it can really derail everything. But
it's true, but I would argue that I think, you know, it's just not focused on as much bass. You know, it's not featured in as many songs as like the main sort of priority sound. So
maybe it can. Maybe it will in the new Lovebites album.
Hey, we know that BAND-MAID does it, right? Like they love to, like, she doesn't, you can always hear her bass. If you want to listen to her bass, you can always hear her bass. There are a lot of bands out there that
the
that
new
really
album you're
can't,
really
though.
going to hear it because it's going to be a whole jazz album, so it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, of
Just
course. An acoustic jazz album. But yeah, man, like I feel like with a guitar, when you're trying to set the tone, all you really have to do is make sure that it's clear so that people can just know what you're doing, and then it matches the other guitar, right? So it's like it's pretty easy to set up a tone as long as you have like a good amp or something like that. With bass, when I played bass on that tour across the country, I was never able to find the tone that I wanted, and until the very last day of the tour, I was still working to try to get it. It never, I got my 5150 on a guitar. It's like, there it is. You got your tone, right? Like, but
I remember I had this bassist one time, and it was so crazy. He didn't use a compression pedal, and he was the most even player I've ever heard in my life. I had no clue how he did it, like how he could get the slap and like would not hit it as hard. I don't even know how he did it. He said all he did was just focus on that, and I remember hearing him like, "What the hell?" But of course, there's some points where you need dynamics too. It really depends on the song. Power metal is very even when it comes to basses. It's definitely they want more of the even sound normally, but it's so crazy. It all depends on the player sometimes. But next one, you guys ready?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. And hold on, let's see if she has. Yeah, that name right there. Rena. Follow on Twitter. Here we go. Damn, what's up with Twitter? Like, not playing the videos. I have to refresh it every time. Hopefully it doesn't refresh the volume to a blasting level. All right. There we go. This one's a little lower. Let me raise the volume. I didn't want to blast anyone's ears.
Cool. Yeah.
Champ, you go first this time.
Half the chat's just like, yeah, well, she looks the part, so we're good. We're good. It's a good starting point.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm gonna be like, I'm like trying not to be biased right now. I'm like,
All right.
yeah.
Well, I'll not
go,
be biased
champ.
for you because I don't think it was that great, to tell you the truth. I thought, okay, that's might be an overstatement. I thought it was decent. She did some stuff where I thought creatively was really nice. A couple little moments here and there, but I felt like she missed some notes. Like, is it just me, or did she hit the wrong notes a couple times?
She hit the wrong notes. She
yeah,
did.
so like
It was only one time,
that,
I think, mainly. I think it was only one or twice.
The transition at the end, she definitely hit the wrong note. And I think there was something in the beginning also. But
yeah, when she landed. I mean, it technically could be a right note depending on how you look at it. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
She's playing less notes, right? So like she do instead of do, right? But like I thought that The tone sounded good. I like that she was standing, like you said. She does have she looks the part, and the timing, while initially it felt slower to me for some reason, the way that she was playing compared to how other people were playing, like maybe she was at halftime, it ultimately fit with the actual, she played with the song, at least like 95% of the time she did. It was just that she missed a couple times, and there were a couple moments where I felt like she could have been creative, that she just kind of let it ride as it was, but she played it in the tone sound. I'll give her 6.5.
6.5.
Go Wave.
Well, I mean, it was solid. I like the timing was good. Like Champ
It was
said.
solid.
It was some of my favorite tone that I've heard. Like it had that beefy, airy punch to it that I like in bass. But yes, like you were talking about with the wrong notes, it seemed like every time she slid up into the higher register, she went a half step sharp.
Yeah.
Like for where she was aiming.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very dissonant every time there was like the da-na-na-na-na, or the anytime she slid up, it seemed like she just kind of overshot the note she was going for a little bit. She corrected it quickly, but I would have definitely gone for another take if that happened while I was filming. And like we've talked about previous weeks, there's a little too much space between the guitar solos in the beginning. She did the 4 rests, which just feels like a little too much. But when she came back in after the guitar solo parts, I thought that was one of my favorite parts. She came in strong. She had that nice, she was really driving with the drums, and she was doing some licks in the second half of those phrases. So I thought that was really good. But I mean, if we're talking, I'd say I'll give her a 7.
Can I say one more thing before we move on? I appreciate that she wasn't looking at the bass while she was playing, and some of those wrong notes probably could have been corrected by looking at the bass. But I think that she was trying to be performative, because it's an audition or whatever. So I do give her credit. I think that she could probably play it better. It's just that she was trying to look the part while she was doing it.
I just think should have done another take if she missed a note.
I agree.
Rosie?
I think she was pretty good. I mean, she was super hot. She could fit in very easily with the band. She was not as good as the guy before. I liked his better. I thought it was more interesting. I would give her a solid 7, in my opinion.
All right.
That's what I was gonna say. She's attractive. So I was like, oh man, I need to not focus on that part. But so yeah, I mean, fits the whole women look. If it's a full woman power metal band, I would feel like a piece of shit if I gave her a rating any higher than the guy before, though. I'd have to stick with the 5, but say 6 just because she did a full shot. So since she did a full shot, I'll say 6. Only because the guy landed all the notes. He did all the correct notes. She didn't. So you got to hit all the notes at least. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. Like, come on, hit all the notes at least. But you can argue that she didn't really hit the wrong notes because those are just 7th chords that she was playing at the end of that one part. But
the first time it was just one half step up, which is pretty dissonant with a root note.
You could,
once you went to the transition the first time,
jazz musicians could argue that works.
Okay, if she's playing in Phrygian, but not if you're playing bass and you have to hit.
I know. You don't have to. It's a theory, not the rule.
True. It just doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the problem. Because I looked away for a second, and when she hit that note, my ears immediately went, whoa! What the hell was that?
Yeah, Teresa in the YouTube chat, she caught me. I was fetishizing the fuck,
There's got to be a little bit of fetishization, right? Like just a little bit. As long as the music comes over the fetishization.
That's why we're all here, right?
Jesus
what
Christ.
other reason could there be?
Wow.
For a band like this, though, looks do matter. Like, you have to fit it. It would be weird if there was like a fat, gross guy on stage with them, right?
Yeah, I said that a few weeks ago. Like, it would look weird if there was just one dude that was like totally out of place with the rest of them.
That's why for my audition, you know, I'm gonna dress in the white dress, you know, put it on all the way. God, look.
I mean, everybody seems to think that girl. What was her name? Start with an I, like in Chusei or something like that.
Ichinose?
Yeah, it seems like everybody seems to think that she's going to be chosen. Like it's already been decided, and they're just doing this for fun.
Who is?
I don't. Ichinose, I think you said her name was. We checked her out a few weeks ago. She was in the original second crop of videos I think we watched. I don't think we were super like overly a big fan of what she did in that. Yeah. So I'd be surprised if they chose her, but I guess because she has the name recognition, people seem to think that
does matter though. Name recognition does hold some weight. It really does. I was just talking about this with another band that I'm going to be playing bass for, and we were talking about that. We were having a debate about who should mix the song, and you know, we brought it up, and I'm like, sometimes even in the mixing world, it's definitely better to have somebody that's mixed big bands like Epica or etc., right? Or something to have names that follow. And so people will do that. Even performers, even though they might not be the best fit necessarily, but they're good enough for the fit, it can help the band having another name of recognition. So I had this story where I mixed a band called Not My Master. I think I did a great job with mixing their thing, but they went with the guy that did a former Korn album over me because his name on their album will mean more. So that's definitely a factor. Definitely a factor.
Promotion is a huge part of music in general. Like people kind of underplay it sometimes because, you know, it's not what you're supposed to care about, right? Like quote unquote, what you're supposed to care about, but it does matter a lot.
People do. For being honest,
people really do.
How it gets out there.
Yeah, and I would not be shocked. I know some people would be, but I would not be shocked if they chose somebody that was a cute female that was possibly less of a bass player as like, you know, but like Rosie said, some old fat guy, you know, like they'd probably rather have the cute female that's not quite as good than the big old fat guy that's awesome.
Imagine this. Imagine if some old fat guy got in there, okay? Sorry to all the old fat guys out there.
So imagine if I got in there.
No, shut up, Potter. All right.
You're not old, Wave.
Listen.
Just picture Wave.
Imagine he joins the band. Imagine how hated that guy's going to be by the fans. They're going to be so fucking jealous.
It would be rough.
They'll be like
oh, man.
But
it would be
hanging
like
Lovebites every week.
But he plays really well. You know?
Yeah, that doesn't matter. That
well,
would
like
not
we
be
were talking about earlier, with promotion and just this whole thing in general, like having these auditions, getting the band name out there, I wouldn't be surprised, and I know a lot of people in the chat have said this too, if they had a basis from the start, but they're doing the auditions just to generate buzz, you know?
Yeah. You know, it's like I said, it is sometimes name recognition does matter. It does help the band, and it's about more of who you know, how you get along with people, how you interact with people too. There's that whole factor, you know. I've had people in my band that I've chose over people that are more skilled because they're more reliable. They had other things to bring to the table other than just playing the instrument. So
right.
And in that case that we're talking about with the other basses, may not be the best basses, but they'll be good enough, and but they also have other things to offer the band that will help the band grow further, you know.
Agreed. Yeah.
And most of the musicians get better in the band that they're in. So. Yep.
And I don't even think, like, if they did do that, like, let's say they chose somebody like I'm just throwing out numbers here, but let's say they chose like a cute female that was like an 8.9 out of 10 instead of like, you know, a dude that was like a 9.2 out of 10. I would do the same thing if I were them, I think, also, just because it's not that big of a differentiation, and it does keep sort of the formation of the group, what you imagine of the group in your mind. It's still that stays the same.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty clear from watching like comments from our viewers and stuff that is a really important factor to people. It's keeping that image.
Most people want the image. Like, they want an image. They want that image, and that's cool. That's fine. Like, but
yeah, she's just got to be. She's got to be really good. You know, she doesn't have to be the best. She's just got to be really good, though.
Well, we got another one. Let's check out another one, and then we'll go on more of a rant.
Okay.
Let's do this. Last one. Let's see if this wins today's auditions.
Ooh, I like the video effect.
Right? Was it comic book? I think I used this in. I think I used this in the Max from Hormone music video at some point. I don't know what's going on with Twitter. I have to refresh every time. Here we go.
All
right.
Rosie, lead it off.
Okay, I think that she's the winner. Honestly, I think she'd fit in great. She's got good talent. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not.
Oh,
You were laughing.
that's all.
We saw it.
She was
Okay.
sliding a lot. I thought that was cool. That's all I got.
Out of 10, what do
We're
you give
putting
it?
Rosie as a not musician. Just it's nice though to have your perspective.
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
I don't have any stock in what I'm saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
It's actually great though. I love to have the perspective of somebody
better,
that's not
honestly.
a musician involved. Yeah.
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 The public opinion is probably the most important thing. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What about you, champ?
I thought, creativity was not an issue. She was probably the most creative one that we watched. I thought that she did a lot of things that were like really, but we haven't heard anybody even try. You know, some of those notes where she was just jumping down and kind of, boop, 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 you know, like the playing with the timing and the higher octaves. Even in the very beginning, she went to a higher octave on like the third bar or something like that, which nobody else has done that we've watched so far, which was really cool. So creativity was not lacking, except for the part during the solo where she did the 8 bars with the breaks. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. You can't have 8 bars with breaks with the bass. It's too much for me. I mean, I'm sure other people like it, but damn, dude, after the 4th bar, I'm just waiting for the bass to come in with something a little bit more consistent. And when it doesn't, I'm generally let down. So she was really creative. She was really good until that part. I was a little disappointed with that part. And she was a little bit off on the time of the transitions. Not nearly as bad as the previous one, but she wasn't perfect either. I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Wave.
I completely disagree with Champ.
Woo!
Same. I disagree with Champ.
No,
I disagree with Champ also on that
just
one.
on one thing, like I don't think she was resting for those 8 bars. She was, in my opinion, doing a little too much in those 8 bars. Like because she wasn't locking into like a foundational groove. Mm-hmm. She just kept doing like little solos underneath the guitar solos. So I thought in that part, she should have been more focused on creating that foundation that the bass is supposed to do as part of the rhythm section.
Okay, you don't disagree with me then. That's actually what I was trying to say.
No, that was just, I was just trying to be funny.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I wanted her to lock into foundation there after the 4th bar also. That was what I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did like how in those riffs in the beginning she went up and down in the scales. I think she's the first bassist I've seen to do that. It was a bit clunky at the end of the lick, like it felt like she hit the wrong note after the ding, 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 like the note she landed on. It was a harmonic note, and it just felt a little clunky. But I thought the slapping between the guitar phrases was cool at the very beginning. But again, it just went on too long with the riffy stuff. Otherwise, I thought it was interesting how she stayed on one note during that FGA progression. I think she's the first person I've seen do that too. And she was really locked in at the very ending, the outro. That was tight. So I'd say 8. Like, I think she's the best one we've seen today. For sure.
The best
Alan,
player, the
let's-
best player, or the
Yeah,
best song?
I get why you guys are saying the best one, because you're right. Creativity's there, but I mean, creativity doesn't mean it's the best one. I don't know. It was unnecessary creativity that doesn't enhance the song. It doesn't bring down the song either, but nothing that she did really enhanced it or locked it in. So I'm actually giving it a 6. I don't know. It was okay. Just it was unnecessary slides. Didn't add to it. Slides I feel should be a swell effect that adds to the thing, and it just felt like it was just done to fill in space. And I'll say this though, her timing was probably the best. The timing was the best for sure. And I don't know. It was okay. Like
That's
I like
your highest rating of the day, isn't it?
Is it? Is it my highest? Yeah, I
you've
feel
done
like our
5
other
so far, right?
we had better auditions than these other ones, but it was okay. It was just she was trying really hard to be creative, which is funny because that's what I did with mine. Because I didn't want to do anything that other people did, but unfortunately that's gonna go out the window after today's auditions. But I don't know. It was it didn't make the song better. It didn't make the song worse. And I want the tone. No, not the tone. I want the bass to make the song better, and I don't feel like that happened with this. With a lot of these, actually, I don't feel like none of them really made the song better.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, even in like power metal, prog music, the bass is there to serve the purpose of bolstering the drums and providing that foundation. So anything that's beyond that needs to be, sparing in a way.
Yeah.
They got to put it into the right spot. And I think Misa is an absolute master of that, because she always does provide those root notes, that beef, and then she does her fancy stuff in the right spots. But
It enhances it. It doesn't feel like you're being creative just to be creative. Like on that one, I felt like it was just being creative just to be creative, which is cool because that's what I did. That's why I tell everyone mine's going to suck also. I was just like, let me try to do something that nobody else is doing.
next week we're going to rip it apart.
Yeah, you guys can rip it apart, so.
But let's play devil's advocate for a second here, though. If it's a bass audition and you have to show off as much creativity as you can while still trying to play within the flow of the song, right? That's the best case scenario, right? So if you're not doing anything that's going to stand out creatively from the other people that you've heard, which means that there's a lot of already creativity that's been put into it. So every time a new one comes out, it's almost like you have to step your game up a little bit. Just like what you were saying, Alan, you saw somebody else do something that you were doing, and now you're like, oh shit, now I got to go back and change it because I don't want to do what they did.
I'm just doing that on purpose. Like there's a good example of that guy that we watched that I thought was a perfect amount of creativity where it wasn't too much. It was actually stuff that enhanced the song. I do have two favorites. I can't remember his name, but he was actually probably one of the best in my opinion, just overall, just in general.
The guy that was standing, right?
Yeah, he was standing. I don't remember which week it was.
Herman Lee hair.
Yeah, he was good.
That was like, fuck yeah. Like, oh, this is like, I like this song more now because of it. Mm-hmm. He's the only one I've really felt like I like this song more because of the bass playing. And
I liked the beginning of this more because of what she was doing, and then I liked the middle of it less because of what she was doing.
Yeah. And then there was a female bassist too that I liked right with him. I can't remember who it was.
I just want to say his name was Manabu Sakamoto.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like the ones today, I just wasn't feeling. It's just, I don't know, the energy wasn't there or something. Just, I wasn't feeling it. like I was with that. I can't remember the girl that I liked a lot too. There's a girl and a guy. That guy that you just mentioned, yeah, I thought he just crushed it. The Herman Lee guy, I guess we're gonna
Thank
call
you.
him.
Hey to see you.
But
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He was probably the best one. And I think some people might think that we're being a little harsh on them, but Lovebites is one of the best bands in the world. So like it has to be fucking amazing. You know what I mean? So we're still holding out to find that 10.
because he didn't go crazy. There's some points where he didn't do fills. You know, he served the purpose of the song. Yeah.
But there's a reason I didn't give him a 10 because I thought that there was he could have been a little bit more creative. So what you're finding perfect in there, I was finding a little bit lacking.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe it's just preference.
That's true.
Totally.
That's true as preference. He just matched the energy and man, I need to go back and check out all the other editions. There was a girl too that was like, she was same way. Like she just matched, she enhanced the song, you know, made the song better. I think that's important.
I do too, and I agree completely with what Wave was saying before, where it's like you got to hit those root notes. Like you got to make sure that those are perfect, and then you can play within the box after that, just like Misa does a lot. Which I think, you know, when you look at that solo section of what we just heard, she did play in that box, but she left so much open throughout those 8 bars that it was like the box was so big. You know, it was so long and extended every time that she was playing within it that there was just way too much phrasing.
I know. Although Ryan is getting me to think of a bass like boxes now.
Yeah.
I was like, major pause.
Right, but she's in that box, right? She's in that box of the bar, and it's like if it's gonna be 8 of them open, there's got to be some sort of consistency. When there's no consistency for 8 straight bars, except for those root notes, ba-dum, bum, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of whatever she feels like doing, it never grabs on. That was the issue.
Yeah. Like I said, for me, just I thought that guy was a really good balance of everything altogether. And I think that's so, guys, it's already I just realized we're already at the 2-hour mark. So
yeah, we gotta get going.
Need to get going because we need to do our extended podcast about anime. Right. So if you guys want to watch our extended podcast, it's over on Patreon. We're going to be talking about some anime. And don't forget to follow us on... hopefully you guys already liked this video. If you're listening from YouTube, check us on, Spotify and all that good stuff. Patreon, go ahead, champ. Give them one last thing about Patreon before we go.
Patreon.com/guys. Check it out for some exclusive Discord, for some exclusive extended podcasts, and for some exclusive reactions. Right now we've got Ryan Muir's clone over here playing some licks in the background.
Sexy today.
The ugliest sunglasses ever.
All right, guys.
But yeah, check out the Patreon for more content.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Everyone